This is LBC from Global, leading Britain's conversation with Nick Abbot.
You're joking. Well, let's get back to it.
It's the A to Z of 2023. We are up to and including the letter P tonight. A quick recap of the rules. You cannot go forward, but you can go back. In other words, we can't leap forward in the alphabet because that way leads to anarchy, but we can go back and fill in gaps in the letters that have already gone. And I would, just as a point of order, I would suggest that if you do have something in that vein, then you might want to hold it off for the next hour because the next hour is Q. And I've got absolutely no idea what we're going to get for Q, if anything at all. So there may be acres of silence in the next hour, but P should be a piece of cake. People are alphabetised by their second name unless they are only known by one name. And you can call multiple times. It's the only time of the year it's the only time of the year that you are allowed to do that. Let's press on and see what we get. Croydon, Simon.
Yes, hello. Hi, Nick.
Simon.
Hello there.
Hello there.
I've got 3 P's for you.
Yes, go ahead.
I've got a depressing P, I've got a slightly amusing P, and I've got a scrumptious P. Which one do you want first?
I think we better have them in that order.
Okay, we'll have the depressing one first then. Get it out of the way. Scientists from the Gayes Institute have estimated there's now 171 trillion pieces of plastic now littering the world's oceans. I don't know how they count them, or no idea. But there were 16 trillion in 2005, and now there's apparently about 171 trillion.
Right, they probably took off their shoes and socks and counted on their fingers and toes.
Yes, probably. So which one should we have next? We could have phone catastrophe. You remember that well, I'm sure, on September the 15th when all your phones went wrong and you were in a bit of a state. It caused all the listeners great amusement, but it was a notable date in the year, I believe. I
remember it vaguely, but not very much.
Really?
I'm sure everything was just fine.
Well, I have got a theory that your glamorous assistants do actually occasionally throw these little spanners into your works just to keep you on your toes, you know?
Yeah, exactly right. Keep me awake, yes.
And the scrumptious P is pizza. Archaeologists in Pompeii, I'm sure you remember this, they uncovered a painting of a pizza in a fresco from a house next to a bakery.
Did they? Really? What was on it? Don't tell me. Sweet corn.
Well, they do say it's more likely flatbread as it lacked the essential ingredients of tomatoes and mozzarella. So
that's not a pizza.
Exactly.
All right. OK, good work. Thanks a lot, Simon. That's an excellent start. 3 in a row. 0345 6060 973. Let's have Durham. Hello, Jim. Jim?
Hello.
Yes, Jim.
Hello, hi Nick. My first time caller, so I'm a little bit nervous.
Good man.
Bear with me.
Welcome along.
Thank you. The one that sprung to my mind was a guy called Yevgeny Prigozhin.
Yes.
He was a Russian hot dog cook who progressed to having his own restaurant, and then Putin liked his food so much that he made him his right-hand man. And then, obviously, there was the uprising that he led against him.
Yeah, and then unpleasantness ensued. He made the schoolboy error of getting onto a plane after upsetting Vlad the Insaner.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So that was that one. Would it be okay if I went back to K?
Yes.
Very quickly, Nick. Yeah, just Crazy Quatang. I know he was a bit of a star in 2022. But he said earlier this year that he felt an emptiness after leaving politics, and the only emptiness I saw was our bank accounts. So I think he's worthy of a mention still.
Right, Crazy Quatang. Okay.
Yeah, and that's it from me.
Excellent work, good work. Thanks a lot, Jim. 0345 6060 973. Adam says P is for Carl Porter, the comedian whose slow motion goal celebration went viral. Not in my house. I've got no idea what you're talking about. Who's Carl Porter? I'll tell you what, I'll look it up in the break. Although that does sound like homework, so maybe not. Manchester. Amber.
Hi, Nick.
Amber.
Well, one of your College has just stolen one of my P's, which was Prigozhin. So that's disappointing so soon. However, I have a P, a G, an I. You were desperately looking for some K's, although I think you probably got way too many of those. And I've got an O, so if I can run through those.
Okay.
Where shall I start?
Start at the very beginning. It's a very good place to start.
It's a very good place. Okay, so my G is Evan Gershkovich, the Wall Street Journal journalist and reporter who was arrested and detained in Russia for espionage and is still detained in Russia.
Is he?
He is.
Wall Street
Journal reporter and journalist,
Right.
Evan Gershkovich. Would you like me to spell that?
No.
No.
I'll just take a stab at it and see if I get it right later on. And if I do, I will win myself a major prize. Okay, what else you got?
So I have I for independence. That's independence with an S, not a CE. So, owing to the rampant rule-breaking and shenanigans of the various esteemed leaders, the fourth largest party of MPs in Parliament is now the Independents, with 18 MPs, which is 3 more than the Lib Dems. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Well,
The stuff you learn on this show, eh?
I know.
Educational,
Yeah.
no?
No. But yeah, so the Lib Dems are 15 MPs and the Independents are now at an amazing 18, which is incredibly depressing.
Poor Greenies.
Groovy.
I know.
Lagging behind somewhat, despite the fact that you'd have thought that this is their time, that people would be, flooding towards the Greenies, what with, everything that's going on. But maybe not. Maybe next time.
Whereas the Independents now consist of people like Andrew Bridgen and Scott Benton and so on. Anyway, moving on. I have 2 Ks for you because you seem to be struggling on Ks and then you got a whole flood of Ks. However, I have 2 Ks. I have Kenilworth Road, which is Luton Town's home ground, and it became the smallest football ground in the Premier League this season, with the away entrance through a row of terraced houses. So I just think that's fantastic. I think the Premier League should have more grounds of that sort.
But probably I wouldn't really improve the value of those houses.
Well, if you can sit in somebody's back bedroom and watch a Premier League game, it's probably...
But if you could, though...
You could probably sell that, no?
If you could, but I bet you can't. Or can you?
I bet you can.
Maybe.
I bet you can.
All right, okay.
So my other K was Paul Kagame. I don't know if you've had him already, but he is the president of Rwanda, who is presumably laughing all the way to the bank with the billions of pounds we have gifted to him for doing absolutely nothing besides hosting 3 Home Secretaries.
He must think we're such chumps.
Well, we are. You'd be right.
Yes. Okay.
I have an O, which is Baroness Owen of Alderley Edge, who at 30 years of age has become the youngest recipient of a life peerage bestowed by the dear leader Boris Johnson.
Why was that, Bodge?
I can't comment on that.
You can't comment on that? No. So we'll draw a veil over that, mystified.
I have many a comment to make on that, however.
Yeah. Okay.
And in conclusion, P for protests. So 2023 being a year of all sorts of protests, but also the introduction of the Public Order Act 2023, which has brought a swathe of draconian new measures to suppress our democratic right to protest.
Yes. Anytime they don't like
outrageous.
Anytime they don't look like they don't like the look of a protest, they can have it shut down instantly, if not straight away.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good work, Amber. Thanks for that. 0345 6060 973. You can text 84850. Email nick@lbc.co.uk if you're on Twitter @LBC. Bromley. Hello, Margaret.
Hello, Nick. How are you?
Margaret, I'm great, mate.
Well, that's really good. It's almost the end of the year, and I've got a few letters for you.
Right.
So I'm going to go back, and then so I'm going to start with C, which is chicken pox. So the Joint Committee on Vaccinations and Immunisations has recommended that children at the age of 12 months and 18 months should get the chicken pox vaccination.
Yeah. Oh, that is? I thought they did already.
No, this is a new thing. This is this year. They've recommended it now. Usually we all just get chicken pox. You get chicken pox parties and stuff like that.
Oh.
But now they want a vaccination
Right.
for it.
Okay. Yeah, that's, I can remember that. Deeply unpleasant.
Yeah, very itchy. Very itchy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Number 2, I've got D, which is Disney turned 100 on October the 16th.
100 years old.
100.
Okay.
Woohoo! Okay, K is the next one. Imran Khan, the former Pakistani Prime Minister and politician, was arrested for on charges of corruption.
Arrested by the law, that's right.
I know. So that's K. And then I've got L. Strictly Come Dancing. The winner this year was Ellie Leach.
It was who?
Yeah, I know. I don't know either. I think she's in Coronation Street, but I could have got that wrong. But she's a good dancer. She can dance.
What's the name again?
Ellie Leach.
Ellie Leach.
Yeah.
Well, that's news to me. I've never seen that show, but I hear I hear good things about it. But only from people whose opinion I don't respect.
Okay,
Ellie
I won't give you an
Leach.
opinion on it then.
All right. Okay. Good work. Thanks a lot, Margaret. 0345 6060 973. You can text 84850. Email nicka@lbc.co.uk. And if you're on Twitter, it's @lbc. Anne says, here's a P for you. I know you're a big fan of the Beckham kids. Anne is being sarcastic. So you should be delighted to know that there's a new documentary about the Peltz-Beckham wedding.
Oh, no.
You are kidding me. Is there a single solitary second of their lives that they don't put down on tape? That family. I mean, how much money do they need?
Nick Abbott on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
Right, so what are we doing?
Given we're doing a radio show, it's the A to Z of 2023. We're up to and including the letter P, and you can go backwards, but you can't go forwards. That's one of the rules. The other is that people get alphabetised by their surname, and the other one is that you can call multiple times in the same show. It's the only time of the year that you're allowed to do that. East Yorkshire. Hello, Mike.
Hi, Nick. Yeah, couple of P's, and then an N, and then O. The biggest pliosaur ever found, the fossil with an 8-foot jaw, was dug out of the cliffs in Dorset.
Yes.
And that's in the
it didn't much look like what they said it was, though, did it? I mean, you'd have to be, an expert to have spotted that, I think.
Well, its skull looked like a crocodile, just like a massive crocodile.
Yeah, when they pulled it out, it did. But how they managed to... Because it doesn't appear as one thing, does it? They see a tiny little bit of it and they think, oh, I'll dust this rock away. And eventually it does look like what you said it did.
Yeah, that was quite noticeable. The other thing was Puffin Books decided to sanitise Roald Dahl's collection, which was...
somewhat controversial, yes.
On that one, yeah. And then my O was Isabel Oakeshott revealed all the Hancock conversations, which somewhat displeased him.
What an idiot. I mean, he gave all his messages to a journalist, if that is indeed what she is, and was then surprised when she published them. This is not the brightest of minds, is it, really? No. It's a good job that he wasn't in charge of anything serious.
And the last one, the N. I don't think anybody last night actually mentioned the Northern Illinois Bottle Cap Balloon Brigade.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that came under B for... well, maybe it didn't. I'll write that down and make sure that that gets in somehow or other. The Bottle Brigade people. Is that definitively... have they said that it's absolutely that's what that was? Because we're talking about the balloon that flew over America, and they thought that it was China, and like a spy balloon from China, and so they shot it down with, and this is true, a missile that cost $250,000, only to apparently find out that it was quite possibly a $12 toy balloon.
Well, it could have been a coincidence. What they said was that at the time that the military took something down, their balloon stopped transmitting.
Right.
So it could be a coincidence, but it doesn't look very likely.
No, not really. All right. Okay, good work. Thanks, Mike. 0345 6060 973. F is for the Friends brothers. 2 sets of twins rode the Atlantic unsupported. The Friends brothers. Who are the Friends brothers? Friends? Were they friends or brothers? Which is it? Or both? Was their name Friends? I've got absolutely no idea. I'll look that one up as well. Leave it with me. West Sussex. Hello, Zara.
Hi, Nick.
Zara,
how are you?
I'm great, mate.
Good. I had a P for you.
Yes.
And it is for Prime, the energy drink that everyone was going mad about a few months ago.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not tried it myself. Have you tried it?
No, I have not. No, it's just water with sugar and...
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Although apparently it's sugar-free, so I'm not sure what is in there.
Right. Well,
I've heard it's sugar-free.
I'm sure it's all completely natural.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
And certainly worth the $100 that people were paying for it online. I mean, the whole world's gone crazy.
Mm-hmm. Although I think it's all died down now. I don't know whether people have just got bored or I don't know what's happened there.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those things that just sweeps the country, if not the world, and everybody's hysterical about it. And then they, next week it's as though no one cares. Bizarre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I've got for you, just the one piece.
Oh, is it? Excellent. Thank you. 0345 6060 973. Reigate. Hello, Julia.
Oh, hello. Hello. How are you?
Good, thanks.
I've got a P for you. It's how the police didn't attend burglaries. It's a bit boring, I know, but...
Yeah, and the government said that you absolutely must... under threat of being fired, must attend all crime, apart from the crimes that we, the government, commit. You can ignore those because it's not in the public interest to investigate us, they said.
Wow. Well, there you go.
I think that's pretty much, not exactly word for word, but I think that's the basic feeling. Yeah, the police did not attend burglaries, but now they have to. With their diminished numbers and the fact that they've been defunded, and there's absolutely no chance they're going to catch anybody, so they're just going through the motions at this point.
Oh, yeah. Tell the last caller about the Prime energy drink. I've got a couple of cans of that in the fridge.
Have you?
Yeah, from the teenager.
What does it taste like?
I don't know.
Oh, you haven't opened it yet?
No, there is, yeah.
Well, what's in it?
I don't know. They're pink bottles in my fridge.
But they must have the ingredients on the outside, don't they?
I'll have a read. I'll go in and have a look.
Okay. I'll just wait here. Call us back if it's something alarming.
Oh, all right then. I will if I can pronounce it. All right.
Okay. Thanks, Julia. 0345 6060 973. Chingford, John.
Oh, hi, Nick.
John.
I've got a P, and I've got a possible L. Somebody might have already got my L, but P is for Patsy the sheepdog. Patsy's owner, the farmer's field, was flooded quite substantially, but 3 of his prized ewes were sort of like stranded on a bit of high ground.
Oh, yeah.
So Patsy, the brave sheepdog, said, I'm not having this, so she swims over to the high ground.
Yeah, to correct them. Yeah.
No, got the sheep back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I meant by correct.
Oh, right, no, she didn't bite them,
No, that's not what I'm saying. I didn't mean in a violent way. I mean in the manner of a sheepdog. Yeah, she rounded them up.
Yeah, no, I thought she's worth a mention.
Yeah, Patsy the sheepdog.
Patsy the sheepdog. There's an L. I don't know if anybody else has got this. The actress passed away, Piper Laurie, the actress, and I forgot what the word is. God, I had a mental block.
Activist. Yeah,
I'm sure you already got Piper Laurie.
Yeah, Piper Laurie was in Twin Peaks. We were talking about that yesterday, Piper Laurie.
Oh, okay. I'm glad that she hasn't been ignored.
No, most certainly not, no.
I had a mental block there, must be...
Yeah.
Anyway, that's me done for tonight.
Okay,
So.
thanks a lot, John. 0345 6060 973. Patsy's a bit of a weird name for a dog, isn't it? Patsy. Well, I suppose it works. Let's have Tower Hamlets. Hello, Terry.
Oh, good evening, Nick.
Terry.
I got two P's. First one is Elvis's daughter, Lisa Maria Presley. She died in January.
Right.
She was only young, and no one she was only in her early 50s.
Yeah, it's alarming when you hear of people dying of natural causes and they're younger than you are.
And the other one is Priscilla Presley. She was being interviewed the other night by Piers Morgan. And she said when she dies, she wants to be buried beside Elvis.
Right. Yeah, well, I would expect so. I mean, the way you said it, it sounds like that was an unusual request. But yeah, I would expect so, yeah.
Yeah, there's another one, L. I don't know if everyone said it. Was Angela Lansbury. Has anyone got that one? The Murder, She Wrote, Angela Lansbury.
Are you saying that because she died?
Yeah, she died this year.
All right. Okay, good work. Thanks, Terry. 0345 6060 973. F is for the fixed penalty notice for the perfumed princeling Rishi Sunak, who didn't wear a seatbelt. It's really the epicentre of crime in this country, isn't it, number 10? Totnes. Hello, not James. Graham.
Hello, Nick. I think it should be P for priceless after your earlier conversation about the amazing prime drink. But I've got a P and an M and a J for you because I want to go on a high. The P is for potholes, into which they poured loads of money that they were originally going to spend on HS2, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, you really couldn't make it up. HS2 was supposed to be all about, revivifying the north, and then they put out an advert. The government actually put an advert out saying, with all the money that we've saved from the HS2 extension, we can pour more money into improving the infrastructure down south.
Absolutely, yeah. And the joy of actually turning a long-term strategic ambition into a short-term reactive issue in the hope of actually laundering the next general election is just pure genius, obviously.
It is. I mean, they're absolutely stuffed with brains, the Conservative Party these days.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the other night I heard you say about alien life forms, what would we do with them if we actually found them? Well, the answer is probably give them a peerage and ask them to be in the cabinet.
Yeah, or hitch a ride out of here.
Good one. Anyway, M, I'm afraid, is a bit more serious, really. It's mental health issues. Because actually, I'm sure at least once during the year, I've heard people say that young people's mental health has got worse during the course of the year compared to previous statistical analysis.
Having gone through COVID, that does seem... and also, I'd say... social media can't possibly be helping. I'm so glad that social media wasn't around when I was growing up. I mean, to have a number on your social media site that tells you how popular you are or not you are, I mean, the pressure on kids these days must be absolutely awful. But the good thing, I guess, is that we're talking about it more. So, yeah.
Yeah, let's hope that helps. By the way, I must say to you that I'm really impressed by your PR. Down in South Devon, we've got loads and loads of road signs that say N Abbot on them. No doubt, lots of them. Well, at least there's one in Totnes anyway. So no doubt later on, if you've got another listener, they might ring up and explain that one to you. But very, very impressive PR. I don't know if that's good for the P. But the J I wanted to ring up and put into you is just how much joy you bring to the world when you actually lampoon all the nonsense that we have to put up with the rest of the time. It's absolute genius. So you can have a G as well if you like, as far as I'm...
Joy to the world.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's ever accused me of providing that before, but thanks a lot, Graham. 0345 6060 973. Text 84850. Email nick@lbc.co.uk. If you're on Twitter, it is @LBC. It's the A to Z of 2023 with the letter P on LBC.
Nick Abbott on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
I just want to tell you all how happy I am to be back in the studio, making a picture again.
Adam texts C, all the way back to C, is for Therese Coffey's coronation outfit, and I'm looking at a picture of it right now. It's a red, white and blue catastrophe. It's like an explosion in a flag factory. It's like violence to the eyeballs. You want to get yourself a stylist, dear? Oh, you've got one? You want to fire that stylist? 0345 6060 973. Let me see now. Tooting. Hello, Jan.
Hi, good evening, Nick.
Yes, Jan.
Good evening. How are you?
I am great, mate.
Okay, so I've got a P. I can't believe I found a P. I don't mean a PP. I mean a fossil. See, there's this. It's a giant sea monster that
not a pliosaurus by any chance.
Yes, that's it. A pliosaurus.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody beat you to it.
Oh, wait. Oh, did I miss that one?
I'm afraid so. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting because David Attenborough's covering it on the New Year's Day, how they found it. Okay, let me go on to the next one. So I've got, don't tell me someone else has got this, Dalek.
Dalek?
Daleks, like, you know, Doctor Who Dalek.
Yes.
Dalek.
Exterminate.
So, yeah, so this year, 118 new species were discovered.
Of Daleks?
Wait a minute, but they called them after Doctor Who's the Daleks, but they discovered that 619 were wasps, new species of wasps.
Hang on a minute. What's this got to do with Daleks?
No, that's what I'm going to say. They called them that. These are the people. These are the people at the Natural History Museum.
Those people.
Who discovered? Yes. So a Dr. John Noyes, an entomologist, and others said it was a bumper year for parasitic wasps.
Right.
Parasitic wasps.
But what's that got to do with Daleks?
Yeah, I'm telling you now. There's 14 of them are found to belong to.
I can't wait, Jan. Tell me.
All right. So they decided to call these Dalek nationes. That is one of 14 members of an unknown species, genus of wasps. To mark the 60 years of Doctor Who.
60 years of Doctor Who.
Yeah, so they call them Daleks.
That's a silly name for a wasp.
14 members. Yeah, well, I don't know. That's what they decided to do.
Right.
They're not the nicest of wasps if you read about them.
Well, no wasp is nice. What's a wasp for, exactly?
These wasps actually live inside others and kill them from inside.
Oh.
It's not nice to think about it. I don't like thinking about it.
That sounds like the script to Alien.
But imagine they've only just discovered them.
They live inside something.
Yeah, it says, look, so many, these parasitic wasps, they're called parasitic wasps.
So they lay an egg inside something, and then the egg hatches, and then it eats the thing that it's living inside? Oh, my God, I've never heard anything like that in my life.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's how they kill them.
Well,
and
I tell you what, Jan, I think that we should blast off and nuke the entire site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
So I've got one more. All right, I've got one more for you, Nick.
Yes.
This is I don't know what you put it under. It's about the banks, global banks.
Banks?
Yeah, had to axe so many jobs this year because of the financial drought that to do with investment. Growth. Look, 60,000 jobs. Mm-hmm. Were lost throughout the global banks, and they're saying more are going to be lost. But half of them have to do with America. Yeah. Half of the banks are American, and it says compare the the figures are compared to what happened in that financial crisis in 2007
Right,
to 2008.
60,000 people lost their jobs, but people weren't that bothered because they were bankers.
No, but they are, because there's going to be even more, because it's like...
All bankers' jobs are going to be taken by robots.
Affirmative.
I hate to break the news to you, bankers, but what you're doing could be instantly done by artificial intelligence as soon as they can get it to buy cocaine and pay for prostitutes.
Yeah, Nick, but it's also to do with the financial stagnation.
Is it? Oh,
yeah,
stagnation.
No
right.
investment, no growth.
Mm-hmm.
There's no growth going.
Yeah.
And there's the as you say, the
Well, I want you to
robots
keep
taking over.
a gimlet eye on that for me, Jan. As soon as anything changes in that regard, I want you to let me know straight away. Promise me you'll do that? Okay, thanks. 0345 6060 973. G is for Paul Ginnery, a newsreader on Radio 3, who abandoned the 7 o'clock news on the 16th of January as it was so awful. What? A newsreader abandoned reading the news because it was awful. The news is always awful. Otherwise it wouldn't be news. That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Where? Kevin?
Hello, Nick.
Where's where, Kevin?
Where's in Hertfordshire?
Is it?
Yeah, East Hertfordshire.
Where? Oh, East Hertfordshire, right.
Yeah. Yep. So I've got an A, a B and 2 Ps.
Okay.
So I've got an A air fryer.
What about an air fryer?
They've become very big this year.
Yeah, was it this year, or was that just a holdover over last year? I bought myself an air fryer last year, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
And the one thing that it cannot do is the one thing that I bought it to do, and that is make chips. Can't do it. I have tried about 56,000 different ways to make chips on that thing, and roasties as well, and any kind of potatoes that you can think of, and it just can't do it.
Anything spuds?
Yes, spud related, which is why I bought that blooming thing in the first place.
Okay. So my B is Blackpool Tower, and it's fake fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. It really did look like it was on fire, didn't it?
Yeah. And P, I've got Priti Patel for firstly for dancing with Nigel in such a nice way, and then for preparing herself for the oncoming leadership challenge.
Yeah, dancing with Nigel.
Yes, dancing with Nigel.
Absolutely awful. I mean, even worse than Therese Coffey's coronation outfit.
Yeah, and I've got end on a sad note. Matthew Perry.
Ah, Matthew Perry, right.
Yeah. Friend star.
Okay, good work. Thanks, Kevin. 0345 6060 973. Let's have Marbella. Where's that? Kevin? Kayvan.
Kayvan. Hi, Nick. It's Marbella.
Oh, I've got on my screen Marbaiya. No, Marbella. What's the weather like in Marbella, Kevin?
Oh, sunny.
Sunny?
Yeah, temperature-wise, I would say a bit mild, but certainly during the day you can go short sleeves, walk. Anyway, I've seen people.
Well, that's very nice, Kayvan, but we don't wish to know
beautiful.
that. But thanks.
No, I'm coming back tomorrow to London. Anyway.
Oh well, good.
Yeah,
I'm glad to hear it. You'll be walking into cold and rain and damp and misery. Yes, prepare yourself.
I'm sure. I will. I missed last night's show, so I don't know. I've got 1 L and 2 M.
Okay.
The first one, L, is for Libya, and the 2 dams that burst last year due to heavy rain.
Yeah.
I think taking the lives of more than 11,000 people pretty much instantly, unfortunately.
We better get used to that kind of thing.
I guess. It's climate change. I think it's the biggest climate-related disaster, well, certainly last year anyway.
Well, all at one go, yes, but, there's a lot of people in the Horn of Africa who might wish to, raise a finger of complaint at that one because, they're suffering, but at a slower rate. But anyway.
It's not mentioned, yes, and it's probably not mentioned enough. My 2 M's, the first one is Rupert Murdoch, stepping down as Chief Executive of News Corp and Fox Corporation.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And my second M is Narges Mohammadi. She's a human rights and women's rights activist in Iran, currently in jail, and this year's winner of the Nobel Peace Prize.
Right, yes. You know, the thing with Iran is that we in the West only know Iran from pictures on the news of them burning the American flags and saying, shouting death to America.
Correct.
But that's not what Iran is like at all. It's such a young country, and by and large, they can't stand the people who are running it. Kind of like this one, really.
Yeah, absolutely true. Huge young population.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, not much social freedoms or any kind of freedom. Really.
Yeah.
It's a shame, but unfortunately, that's how it is at the moment.
Yeah, that's life at the moment. All right, thanks a lot, mate. 0345 6060 973. Laura says P is for pint bottles of wine.
Booze.
That will never be bottled that way. Another Brexit benefit. Yeah. I don't know. This has become a silly country. I mean, it really has. You can get wine in so many different measures. You can get wine in double bottles or triple, quadruple bottles, or you can get it in a half size. You can get it in those tiny little ones that you drink on the train. Or the plane, they're even smaller. It comes in every kind of size you could possibly imagine, apart from pints. And there's not one single wine manufacturer, I betcha, no, not one single wine manufacturer on earth is going to provide wine in a pint bottle. I mean, what would you want it for? What's the purpose? And you've got right-wing news commentators like that Hitchens bloke in the Mail who's bloviating on about what a great step forward it is. And I mean, we have become a silly country. I don't recognise this place anymore. How about you?
Nick Abbott on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
Hello, number please. Trying to connect you. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Yes, most sorry to keep you waiting. Gary in East Lothian.
Hello, Nick.
Gary.
Lovely to speak to you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, you do tickle me.
I do not.
I had two, but one's gone, which was Lisa Marie Presley.
Oh, yes.
But I have an M. I hope that hasn't gone now. Miriam Margolyes, who posed naked on the cover of Vogue magazine, age 82.
Was that wise?
I don't know, I've not seen it.
No, I haven't either. And
perhaps you should have a look.
No, if I can make a request in this regard, I'd prefer not to, if that's okay.
I'll think about it.
All right. Thanks a lot, Gary. I thank you in advance. Cheers, mate. 0345 6060 973. Christine texts, B is for Harry Belafonte and Jane Birkin. They both died, that's right. L is for Till Lindemann, the Rammstein frontman accused of wrongdoings in after-show parties, currently under investigation by the German police, so I better not say no more. O is for opinion polls, of which there have been a huge amount in 2023. That's the Tories testing their popularity. Yeah, how's that going, by the way?
Oh, fabulous.
That's right. I can't wait to the general election. How about you? I just can't wait. I might even stay up all night just to see the looks on some individuals' faces as they lose. And it can't come quickly enough, because the next general election is going to be the dirtiest contest that politics in this country has ever seen. I mean, you are about to get up to your eyeballs in fake news. I mean, seriously, you will not have seen anything like it in your life. And they're readying their armoury, and they're about to blast us with a lot of fakery. It's going to be awful. So the sooner it happens, the better. Stubbington. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Nick.
Yes, Chris.
Oh, hello. Sorry, I've got COVID at the moment.
Oh, how's that working out for you?
Not well.
Not well,
I
right.
think I've got a P. It's Sir Grayson Perry. He criticised EDF after receiving bills that added up to £39,000.
Grayson Perry?
Yes, Sir Grayson Perry.
Are you talking about the ceramicist?
I presume so, yes, I think so.
He makes pots?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. And he got a bill for what?
He got a bill from EDF that totaled added up to £39,000, and he criticised EDF over that.
The English Defence Fund?
I think so. I think they're the electricity company, EDF.
Oh, the electricity company. Yeah, that makes more sense. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, he had a one of them stupid smart meters installed, didn't he? And it went berserk. And alarmingly, straight afterwards, a man came round and put a brand new smart meter in my home, and he put one of those things that tells you how much you're using. You know, one of those little a little piece of kit that you plug into the wall. How it knows how much gas you're using by plugging it into the wall, I don't know, but it does. But alarmingly, it said that we cannot connect at this time. And when the bloke put it in, he said, don't worry about it. After 30 minutes, it will connect and everything will be perfect and you'll be billed accordingly. But even now, like 2 weeks later, it still is not connecting. So I'm fully expecting my next bill to be in the millions.
Yeah, it sounds like it's gone into something they call dumb mode.
Dumb mode, right. I'm always in dumb mode.
Oh, that's not true.
Well, I wish you a lot of. I wish you great health, Chris. I don't know. What can you do for it? Have a nice cup of tea.
Well,
a lot of rest.
I've just been told to rest up.
Yeah, rest up.
And just monitor, and if need be, they said Monday I might go into hospital. So see how it'll go.
Right.
But fingers crossed.
Yep. I wish you all the best. Thanks, Chris. 0345 6060 973. Adam texts D is for the Downing Street car crash when a car ploughed into Downing Street gates at 3 miles an hour. Man, that's right. Yeah. Slowest crash ever. Some numpty crashed into me at about 3 miles an hour. And at that speed, you can see it coming, but there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And then he said that it was my fault. And I was still at the time. He just drove into me at a red light. Because he decided that he was in the wrong lane, so we wanted to change lanes. And so, he just made up his mind and he did it. And he drove into me at 3 miles an hour and then claimed it was my fault. You believe that? 0345 6060 973. And I think that bloke drove into the Downing Street gates because he wanted to make a point to the Prime Minister that it's basically him and his other ministers' fault that the nation is in the state that it's in. And I think he's got a good point. Who would argue with that? Leeds, Alex.
Good evening, Nick.
Yes, sir.
I've got two for you.
Okay.
And they're linked, they're related. So, my first one is letter M, and it's Keir Starmer with his 5 missions.
Oh, right. Not priorities. Missions.
Missions. He's got 5 missions.
Yeah. What is it with 5 and these people? Do they think that that's all that we can keep in our tiny brains? Just 5 of something? Because Sunak's got his top 5 priorities.
Under my leadership, the government's priorities are your priorities.
He keeps getting that the wrong way around. Never mind.
You stole my thunder. Because if you recall, yesterday, you adjudicated and said I couldn't have this entry under the letter N. So my next letter was P for titchy suit sizes.
Priorities.
It's the country's number one priority. It's my number one priority up and down the country, and that will be our focus.
Yeah, that's he's working night and day. Sure he is. OK, good work. Thanks a lot, Alex. 0345 6060 973. Pippa says P is for scientists from Queen Mary University in Edinburgh who have developed an alternative to palm oil called palm-at. This will avoid deforestation and habitation loss associated with palm oil production. Well, what's palm-at? And she's written it, palm has a small p and at has a big A. as though it's some sort of, like, chemical equation, formula, symbol, something like that. I couldn't live with chemistry in school. It just, it smelt bad, apart from anything else. It's just too dull.
Boring.
I couldn't bear it. Physics was better, and I hated that. York, hello, Jan.
Hello, Nick. How are you?
I am super. Thanks for asking.
I'm good. I've got 4.
Yes.
Paris banned rentable electric scooters.
What, they've just got them?
Pardon?
Paris rentable electric scooters?
They banned them.
Oh, they banned them?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
Well, I suppose they were a bit of a nuisance, really.
Well, it's a marvellous way to get around, isn't it? I say that having never ridden on one.
No. Well, that's what they've done. Banned them.
Banned them?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all of them?
Yeah.
That seems like a backward step to me, but what do I know?
Just the rentable ones. I suppose you can still use them if you bought one.
Yeah. So how are you supposed to get around Paris, then?
Walk.
Have you seen the size of Paris? Blooming huge.
Anyway. And the Panama Canal limited traffic because of the drought.
Yeah. It's all due to global warming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Must be. And the Palace State of Manchester, they had to throw 2 women out because during the performance of The Bodyguard, they were singing I Will Always Love You.
Yeah.
And they were drowning out the actress who was singing it on stage.
Yeah.
So
I mean, why can't people just behave, for crying out loud? You're not at home now.
Yeah, you go to the theatre to watch somebody.
Yeah. And you need to be an expert in order to sing that song. Let's try it.
Definitely.
Yeah, because it's one of those songs where one word has about 56 notes. Yeah, like that. You need to be a trained expert to be able to do that, not some drunken numpty who just fancies a go. Yes.
And this one, Prince Edward, do you put him under P or E?
I think it's got to be under E.
Right. Well, he became Duke of Edinburgh.
The Chuki Edinburgh. Yeah, he got a promotion for excellence in being Daddy's little boy. I've got no idea. They just dole funny titles and badges out to each other, and then they pin them on their chest, and they at official functions they've got so many medals on them they can barely get up.
That's true.
And finally...
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Excellent work. There you go, Jan. Thanks a lot. 0345 6060 973. Text 84850. Email nick@lbc.co.uk. If you're on Twitter, it's @LBC. Uh-oh. Q. Blimey. What are we going to get for that? Well, we'll find out.
On your radio, on Global Player, and...
Play LBC.
Leading Britain's conversation. This is LBC. This is LBC from Global. Leading Britain's conversation with Nick Abbot.
Shut up.
Are you trying to tell me that this is your act?
Well, it is between Christmas and New Year. Yes, it is. We're doing the A to Z of 2023. Yeah, that's right. I just found myself looking at the bottom right-hand side of the screen to check what year it is. What is wrong with me? Yes, that's right. It's 2023. And we're up to and including the letter Q now. Now, a brief recap of the rules. You can go backwards, but you cannot go forwards. You can fill in holes in the list of numbers, list of letters that we've already had, but you can't go forwards. People get alphabetized by their second names, and you can call multiple times. By the way, the podcasts to these shows are up and available on an internet near you. It's only on Global Player. If you've got Global Player, then that's just fine. Then you will be familiar with it. If you haven't, you can get it for free from your App Store or globalplayer.com. If you've got one of them stupid smart speakers, then the magic phrase is play Nick Abbot The Whole Show podcast. The idea is that we take the news and most of the ads out, mostly, which means it takes less time to listen to. You'll use less electricity, and with that method, you'll be able to save the planet. Ask for it by name on an internet near you. It's Nick Abbot The Whole Show podcast. And if you want to be amused, then there's a chap who calls... I was just discussing this with my glamorous assistant, who calls, whose name's Jonathan. And not last night, but the night before, at about 30 minutes in. Start about 25 minutes in. Because there was a call before that who said something unpleasant about about chess grandmaster. There was a scandal about chess. Did you hear about that? So listen to that one, and then the call that follows it. It was funny stuff. Funny stuff. 0345 6060 973. The name again is Nick Abbot The Whole Show podcast. It's better than the Listen Again feed, which only has those shows up for about 6 days, and they are as broadcast, so they will include the news and the ads. You want the other one, Nick Abbot The Whole Show podcast on Global Player. Croydon, hello, Simon.
Hi, Nick.
Simon.
Hello. Yes, I've got a cue for you, Nick.
Oh, right, lay it on us, baby.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you know all about the dwarf planet Quawa.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's the dwarf planet Quawa. It's in the Kuiper Belt. For a while, it was thought to be the 10th planet in the solar system. It was discovered in 2002. But this year, they've been observing it from the European Space Telescope.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and this year they've discovered it's got 2 rings orbiting it. Now, I mean, for me, that gives a little bit more kudos now, because, I mean, you think Saturn, you know, magnificent rings, and now it seems to have a little bit more kudos as a planet.
And what's it called?
Quawa. Q-U-A-O-A-R.
Q-U-A-O-A-R. A-R-O what? Q-U-O-R.
No, Q-U-A-O.
Q-U-A-O-R. What?
It's got far too many vowels in
yes.
a row. But it's pronounced Quawa.
Quawa. It sounds like there's something wrong. It sounds like there's something wrong with your mouth. What's it called?
Quawa.
Quawa.
It's named after a Tongan god, I think.
Of course it is. I knew that. Quawa.
Quawa.
Q-W-A-W-A-H.
Q-U-A-O-A-R.
A-R.
It's got an A, an O, and an A, all in close succession.
Q-U-A-O-A-R.
That's it. You got it.
Well, what kind of an idiot would call it that?
I don't know. Well, because it's named after a Tongan deity.
Oh, like I said, the Tongan deity. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, any fool know that. All right, thanks a lot, Simon.
Okay.
0345 6060 973. It was a what now? A dwarf planet. What's a dwarf planet when it's at home? It's like a planet, but smaller. No idea. 0345 6060 973. Just as long as it don't come round these parts, that's all. Let's see now. Silvertown, Juliet.
Hello, Nick.
Juliet.
I have a P, a D, and an A for you.
Okay.
And the P is for President Putin.
Rootin' tootin'.
Yeah, on March the 17th, the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant against the president.
Right. What's the point of that?
I don't really know.
Well, they think he's going to give himself up?
I doubt it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, no. But, yeah, well, somebody should put him in cuffs, that's for sure.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Most certainly.
And the D for Doomsday Clock. On January the 24th, the Doomsday Clock was set at 90 seconds to midnight after new evasions from Russia to Ukraine.
Right, and that was on that was about a year ago. On January the 24th, it was set to 90 seconds to midnight. Presumably, it's a little bit nearer that now.
Oh yes, sorry. Oh yes, and
no, you're saying that like I've corrected you. I'm just repeating what you just said.
Okay.
You said January the 24th. It was set to 90 seconds to midnight. Yes.
Yeah, I got that wrong. Yeah.
You got it wrong.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Well, what bit
It's
of it was
90
wrong?
seconds to midnight.
Yeah, that's
so
what
that
I
would
said.
have been. Yeah, so that would have been what 22. And
what that would have been? Hang on a minute. That would have been 22 what?
yeah, 2022.
Was it?
I don't know. I'm confused.
You're confused. Imagine what it's like being me.
And the A's for Armenian-Turkish land border. On February the 11th, the Armenian-Turkish land border opened for the first time in 35 years.
Wow. Well, yeah, people think they're having a hard time getting through Dover. Imagine what the people in the queues for that border have been thinking these last years. All right, good work. Thanks a lot, Juliet. 0345 6060 973. Ian texts, I have an L and it's LTNs, as in low traffic neighbourhoods. No! In particular, the drama they're causing in Oxford, but also part of the government's 15-minute cities schemes. Oh, the 15-minute cities.
Warning, warning.
Yeah, conspiracy nuts think that means that you won't be able to leave your house. Or some stupid thing like that, I don't know. I really don't know, and I don't care to know. Yeah, you won't be able to leave your house because the government insists that you won't be allowed to walk more than 15 minutes from your house. That's the kind of thing that these people believe. But what goes on in their minds apart from that? Carnforth, hey, Penny.
Oh, Nick, you all right?
Yes, great, thanks.
Good. I've got a couple of cues, unless anybody's had them while I've been hanging on the telephone.
No one has had it, unless you're going to say Kwawa to me.
No, I was going to say Qatar, the place, where they've been doing all the negotiations. Right. They've been trying to intervene, yes. They have, yes. And then there's another place which I really can't pronounce very well.
Oh, go on.
Qalqilya.
Spell it for me.
Qalqilya. It's anybody's guess unless you speak Arabic.
You've got to be having a laugh. They're missing a few U's, no?
I don't think they have them much, do they? What is it? It's in Gaza. It's near Jenin camp. It's somewhere that...
Qalqilya. Right, in Gaza. Right.
Yes.
So it's probably not a happy place.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I'm pretty sure not. And then I've got some peas, but I don't know if anybody's had these. I don't think I can pronounce this one very well either.
You're making it hard for yourself, Annie.
No. Yevgeny
Prigozhin.
Him, yes. Who just, his plane mysteriously blew up or fell out of the sky or something, didn't it?
Yeah, well, he was busy trying to avoid being killed to death by Vladimir Putin and made the schoolboy error of getting on a plane.
Yes. Wasn't a good idea, was it? Oh, dear. And then the other one is, anybody said the PISA report? The educational report that comes out whenever it does.
Yeah. Why? Did we do particularly badly this time around?
On some things, yes. I think we did very marginally better on, I don't know, maths or something like that. Yeah. But as far as children, we've got some of the worst,
Some of the worst children in the world.
Well, the most...
I'd agree with that.
The most unhappy children.
Oh, unhappy.
Down there.
Right.
And also, 1 in 10 children in this country said that they had to regularly go without meals because there wasn't enough money.
That's not part of the PISA report, though, is it? I thought that was about our international standings as far as, basic maths and English and such was concerned.
Yeah, but they do ask other questions, like, how happy the children are in school. This was in school, not just generally.
Okay.
So they weren't happy in school, in English or British school.
No. Well, the schools are falling down. They're full of asbestos and aerated concrete, and they haven't got any teachers. And, you know, the person who's supposed to be teaching physics last week was your PE instructor, and no wonder they're miserable.
Yes, exactly, yes, and not exactly great places to go, unless, of course, you've got plenty of money and you can go to Westminster.
Go to Eton, exactly, yes.
Like old Rip Fishy.
And learn nothing.
I don't know anything.
Like him.
Yes, God.
All right, good work.
There was just one other.
Yes.
The actor Ian Pepperell, only I'm not quite sure how you spell it, died. He was Roy Tucker in The Archers, which I'm sure you don't listen to.
I've never listened to it in my life. No. I know the tune, but it's a cue to turn it off. Yes.
Yeah, my partner always says, turn that off.
Yeah.
So I have to put my headphones on.
All right. You either couldn't spell them or you couldn't say them, Annie. You're going to have to make it easier on yourself next time around.
Definitely.
Cheers, my dear. 0345 6060 973. Paul says N is for Network North, which used £235 million of the HS2 savings for fixing potholes in London. It's that trickle-down economics. Ian says L is... No, I've read that. The LTNs. Yeah, people are very, very upset about less traffic around where they live. I don't really get it myself, but, you know... People seem eager to be upset about something. Anything will do. Derby. Hello, Simon.
Hi, Nick. This one's a bit of a blast from the past. It's a death from... it's a local politician around Derby way. David Bookbinder. Do you remember the name at all?
No.
He was big at the time of the miners' strike. Himself and Dennis Skinner and Arthur Scargill, they were always in the papers up here. A bit massive thorns in Mrs. Thatcher's side.
Right.
In fact, she later described him as her least favourite local government leader.
Well, he's just became my most favourite local government leader.
Well, when she died, he said he had a good deal of respect for her and she leaves a legacy of great strength and determination. But, he added, apart from that, I disagreed with everything she ever done.
Everything she ever said or done, yes.
Or done, yeah.
Quite right.
But, yeah, it was a bit of a one-off. I mean, we could do with some more like him around, couldn't we? You know, Dennis Skinner and them to give these lot of good panning in the...
I think that we could marshal the cast of The Muppet Show and they will give this lot of good panning next time round.
Just let me tell you, just out of interest, these lot at the time, they pasted them as being the loony lefties. This is where the term sort of came from a bit. And yet Mr. Bookbinder is credited for introducing free and cheap school meals, banning the cane, and free home help.
Huh.
Among his achievements while he was the head of Derby Council.
Well, they had
loony, does it now?
Well, I don't know. They had the not the cane, because I went to school in Scotland. They had the belt, and it didn't do me any harm apart from hurting a tremendous amount. Apart from all the harm it caused, it didn't do me any harm at all. Thanks a lot, Simon.
Leading Britain's conversation. Nick Abbot. Alexa, send a comment to LBC.
Yes, hello. I've been waiting for you. Hello.
Yes, I've mostly been waiting for Lily in queue. Lily.
Hello, and I'm in queue.
Queue.
We're asking for queue.
You know they're showing a very, very rare orchid in Kew at the moment.
I really haven't been over there for ages, are they?
You live there and you haven't been over there?
I'll pop over there tomorrow.
You must.
Really? Have you've been? Is it good?
Well, it's just like a flower, really. I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't say that it's worth going just for that. But, you know, there are other delights in Kew. No end of things to see.
Certainly are. There certainly are. So I've got here, I've got a P and L, I think might be missed, and then I've got 3 Qs.
Wow. Yeah. OK, lay it on us.
Did you get a Michael Parkinson?
Yes, Michael Parkinson.
You did? OK, that's that. Yeah. And did you get Gina Lollobrigida?
Gina who what now?
Gina Lollobrigida, the Italian actress.
I just wanted to hear you say it again. Gina Lollobrigida, yeah.
Lollobrigida.
It's almost impossible to say that without sounding drunk. Gina Lollobrigida. Yes.
Lolo,
Gina
yeah.
Lollobrigida is on the list,
yeah,
yes.
she died. Then for the Qs, so one death, which was Mary Quant.
Yes, Mary Quant. She, it must have seemed at the time as though she looked like an alien. Because if you look at an old picture of Mary Quant, her hairstyle looks like a motorcycle helmet. It looks like she's just arrived on her scooter and hasn't quite undressed yet.
Yes, exactly.
The most severe haircut you've ever seen in your life.
And it's funny how things come round again, because didn't that French Miss France get caned for looking a bit like that, and they said she should have had long hair or something?
What, she got caned? Really? That seems seems a bit much. Is that legal in France?
I mean, sorry, say again.
French people, they're they live a different kind of life. It's they run by their own rules.
Exactly. That's why we love them. They are quite funny. Then we've got Queen Camilla got coronated. Was that it? Coronated? Is that the word?
You make it sound like an ice cream. Yeah, she got coronated.
With a
that's
cherry
right.
on top. Yes, exactly.
The world's most expensive sparkly hat.
Yes, indeed. They talk about playing the long game. It's amazing how she has come from being the
third
really
person in the marriage. Yeah, to now she's our queen. I don't know. Is she your queen?
Don't mind queen. She's not mine.
Right. Okay. What else?
Then, possibly most important, Quality Street brought back the coffee creams.
The coffee creams? Now, why would they ever not put a coffee cream in a Quality Street? That's my favourite one, apart from the orange one.
Oh, the orange one, yeah, and the strawberry, and, in fact, all of the others. I don't think there's
Your favourite is the strawberry and the coffee and the orange and all of the others, right?
Absolutely, yes, yeah. So, that's my lot for you.
OK, excellent work. Thanks a lot, Lily. Cheers, my dear. 0345 6060 973. That's insane. Why would they take the coffee cream out of a Quality Street box? Hello? Is this thing on? 0345 6060 973. Sutton. Hello, Solomon.
Hello, mate.
Solomon.
I had a couple of queues, but they're gone now. But I've got some others.
Yes.
I've got a dodgy O, because I'm not too sure where you want to put it. So, the Oscars slap made the news this year, didn't it?
Was that this year?
Yes.
What, Will Smith slapped
Will Smith,
Chris Rock? That was this year?
Yeah.
The slap that went round the world.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to put that on the other letters or...
I'm just checking that to see if that was actually this year. No, it was last year.
Oh, God, OK. Well, there's a dodgy O. I've got an A, George Alagaya. He passed away.
Yes, the newsreader, Alagaya.
I've got a P.
Yes.
Oscar Pistorius got parole.
Is he out? Yeah, that's right. Parole.
I've got an I. The postponement of the sale of the internal combustion engine by 5 years.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the internal combustion engine and when 5 years comes around, they'll just nudge it back another 5 years, and we'll probably have it forever. The internal combustion ban pushed back.
I've got a H.
I'm sorry.
I'm not too sure
Wait. You've got a what now?
H.
H.
That's correct.
There you go.
It's Anne Heshy, or Anne Hesh.
Yes,
I'm
Anne
not
Hesh.
sure how to pronounce her surname.
Hesh, I think.
Right.
And what about her?
She passed away, unfortunately, in a car accident. Yeah,
Right.
quite a sad life when you read about it, but she made it to Hollywood.
I don't remember that. Okay, I'll look that one up. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, she passed away in the car crash. Yep. And that's all I've got, I think, for now.
That sounds like an excellent list to me. Thanks a lot, Solomon. 0345 6060 973. Nick says, I have a K for you, Kevin Keegan. That's two Ks. Who caused controversy by saying he had a problem with female TV pundits talking about the men's game back in October. Did he? There's quite a few men that have got a problem with that. Okay, full disclosure, when I first heard the female commentator on Match of the Day, it seemed a bit weird. But I don't even think about it now, because she's just as good as the men. She says pretty much the exact same things as a man would do in the similar circumstances, and it just doesn't occur to me that there's anything up with that now. I mean, at first, because I'd never heard that before, it did seem a bit weird. And I think at the beginning, when she got excited, her pitch got really, really high. Only dogs could hear her when she got that high. But I think maybe somebody's told her to pitch down a bit. You know, like Margaret Thatcher used to be very, very high, but then she pitched her voice down. Maybe the same thing has happened there. But either way, it doesn't occur to me that that anything is unusual there now. And why men have a problem with it, I don't know. I think they need to take a good long look at themselves. 0345 6060 973. Woolwich, Richard.
Oh, hi, Nick. Well, Nick, Q's really tricky, isn't it?
Very, very hard, yes.
But I have come up with two.
Okay.
One is Quaker Crisps. So it was announced this year, which annoyed me greatly, that the salt and vinegar flavour is going to be discontinued.
What?
Yes, and I take that personally.
How can they discontinue salt and vinegar? It's the single most popular crisp there is outside of ordinary.
Exactly, and it's highly annoying because that texture of the Quaker and the salt and vinegar is just scrumptious.
I don't understand that as as far as a business and profits is concerned. That don't make no sense to me. I mean, what are they going to do next? Take away our cheese and onion?
Exactly.
Better not.
The second one, which is a bit technical, it's quantum computing. So IBM have just manufactured a chip which advances quantum computing, which is the future of computing, certainly the future of processing power. And without processing power, we can't have AI. So the trick is that it's, in fact, processing power that's going to give us the ability to improve our AI capacity.
Right.
So,
well, is that wise, though? Do we really want to improve our AI capacity? Because I've seen that film and it doesn't work out well for us.
Correct. yeah, exactly. That's a good point. But it's there, and it's quite fantastic. For a long time, that technology has been kind of a bit sci-fi, and IBM have actually announced quantum computing now as having utility. And that's the first time any company has actually announced quantum computing as that. So right. It's quite a breakthrough.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about right now, but I'm taking it on board and I'm writing it down.
We need Edward, don't we?
But fortunately, he's... I saw him on the board a moment ago and now he's disappeared. But I'll do my best to get him back.
Yeah, maybe he had quantum computing and he's really annoyed with me.
Well, maybe he's a robot and he's planning on an interesting way to kill you, Richard. Lock your doors and pull your curtains. Thanks a lot, mate.
Leading Britain's conversation. Nick Abbott. Alexa, send a comment to LBC.
Yeah! Dudes!
John texts, P is for pickpocket. The Tory mayoral candidate Susan Hall claimed that she was pickpocketed on the Underground after probably dropping it, says John. Yeah, the wallet was returned with all the money still in it. So, yeah, that seems unlikely that it was stolen, because that would be a pretty stupid thief if they returned the wallet with the money still in it. Glasgow, Al.
Hi, this is a Q. I hope you haven't got already. A fairly trivial thing, really. QAnon.
Oh, right. Why, what have they done this year?
Well, that was the 6th of January, wasn't it? They were involved in the storming of the Capitol.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't the 6th of January this year.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Not this year, no.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, well, that's me stuffed then.
Al, have you been...
I was being clever as well.
Have you been in a coma for the last year or so?
Yeah, I must have been, just to the...
But, they're still there. They're still there, and they're still crazy. Yeah, all right, good work. Thanks, Al. 0345. Try to keep up. 0345 6060 973. Nikki says Q is for quitters. All those over 50s that quit work and who the government are trying to... It says cowards. That's probably predictive text. Trying to cowards in going back to work in the United Kingdom, says Nikki. Some of that made sense. I mean, I understand the words that you've used there, Nikki, just not in the order that you've used them. Yeah, some over 50s have thought, right, that's it, I'm leaving. And the government is trying to persuade them back, and they're saying...
No.
No, thank you. I mean, politeness don't cost nothing, do they?
Be polite.
Truro, South Australia. Steve.
Hello, Nick. How are you?
Good, thanks.
I've got a P for you.
OK.
And Postecoglou.
The manager of Tottenham. Yeah.
That's correct, yes.
What about him?
Yes. Well, he's doing well indeed at the moment.
Oh, right. Where are they in the league at the moment?
About 4th or 5th, something like that.
Oh, well, room for improvement.
Definitely room for improvement. He's gone down a little bit, but they're not struggling with injuries at the moment, I think.
Yeah. I guess they're, when you lose somebody of the calibre of Harry Kane, you will miss them, but it's possible that they might not collapse without him.
No, that's right, but we should have some money to buy some other players to replace him, shouldn't they?
Well, there's always a need for more money in football. That's right. OK, thanks, Steve. 0345 6060 973. He's not going on the list. Nope. No, he's a manager of a football club. You may support him, Steve, but that is not reason enough to go on this list. Not unless he'd done something spectacular. Croydon, Terry.
Oh, yeah.
Terry.
Quick VAR on the quantum computing.
Yes.
As of the 23rd of October, is a little startup, large startup called Atom Computing, have built the biggest quantum computer so far, with over 1,000 qubits in it.
Wow, 1,000 qubits. What does that mean?
Yeah. Well, you've got bits in a computer. We have qubits, quantum bits, which are like in.
Is that like when you drop your phone and it smashes into 1,000 pieces, like there's bits all over the place?
Something like that, yeah. But they're on or off. But in quantum computer, they're sort of both, which is why they're so.
Wow, you've just blown my mind.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
They don't have to super cool the computer.
Oh,
but anyway.
Great.
Right, so I've got 3 Ps.
Yes.
The first is bad news for vegans.
Go on.
New study finds plants scream when stressed or injured.
Wow. Well, you can imagine what it's like when you're mowing your lawn. Good grief.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. No, this is true. This is Israeli research. And they looked at tomato plants and tobacco plants, but other plants do this as well. And when they start drying out, or when they get cut, they emit these very high-pitched noises. And the ones that I've heard, they sound like bubble wrap being snapped.
Popped, yeah.
And, yeah, that's right, yeah. But they're definitely different noises. So
now, that doesn't sound like screaming to me. Bubble wrap being popped, that's not screaming.
It was. I think the headline was dragging you in there.
Right.
But it's really important because you'll be able to hear when a plant needs some water.
Yeah. Well, you can usually tell with your eyeballs because it's all droopy.
No.
Huh?
Do you grow tomatoes? You can't tell.
No.
No.
No,
So you can't
I do what normal people do and buy them at the supermarket,
Yeah,
and then
you don't.
throw them away because they're tasteless and you can't be bothered eating them.
That's because you don't grow them.
Right.
But no, it's very important to know that a plant is either under stress from pests or something, or it's drying out. So that's it's really very good research. If I say bad news.
Right, lend an ear to plants.
Yep. Now we've got a fossil, not a plesiosaur, but the blue whale is the biggest animal that's ever lived on land or sea.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that true?
100 foot long, about 180 tons, that sort of size.
Right, that is a fat cow.
They found a fossil which they've called Perusitis colossus.
Oh, you're going to have to spell that for me.
It's Peru.
Peru. Got it.
And Cetus, C-E-T-U-S.
C-E-T-U-S. Fossil.
One word, yeah.
Right.
Well, that means Peru whale, more or less. Colossus. And it's not as long as the blue whale, but I reckon it was up to 300 tons.
Wow.
This thing.
That's,
and it lived 30 million years ago.
Thank goodness for that.
Very large. And then, yeah, it's like a big manatee. It looks. Study on peregrine falcons, parakeets, and pigeons.
Now, is this the thing that they're taking those hideously awful squawking parrots out of the air, and that's the reason why their numbers are declining in London, is because I think it's pigeon hawks, isn't it? They find them delicious. Good thing too.
Well, it was during the lockdown. What they found was that the pigeons were shuffling off, out of London because they weren't getting fed.
Really?
Yeah, and there's nearly 50 pairs of breeding peregrines in London,
right?
And
so they're taking those squawking luminous green things.
That's right. Yeah, they're taking them out. They put them up because they are invasive.
Yes, they are. I mean, you go to Kew Gardens, and all you can hear is those, apart from the planes going over, all you can hear is those blooming luminous green squawking things who've taken over completely. And the beautiful songbirds are no more. Can't hear them.
Yeah, but they are big birds. I wouldn't want to take one on. They got big.
Well, I've seen one in my garden. It was absolutely horrific. It was just, I couldn't take my eyes off it. It got a pigeon, and it was just ripping it apart for about half an hour there. And after it had finished, I went down there, and there was like a couple of feathers, and that was it. It had completely eaten it.
Yeah, no, it's not the parakeet. Doesn't do that.
No, not the parakeet. The blooming pigeon hawk. Yeah, keep up, mate. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, Terry. 0345 6060 973. Yeah, it was. God, it was like a horror film. But that's nature, isn't it? It's awful. Let's have Germany. Edvard.
Yes.
Edward.
Hello. I have 4Q.
Yes.
So goblins have bitten through my cable of my landline phone, so I'm speaking via iPhone now. The Q number 1.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Back up. What about goblins? Goblins have eaten through the cable of your iPhone. Did you say that?
No, of my landline phone.
Oh, goblins.
That's why I'm speaking now via iPhone.
Right.
Different line.
Do you have a particular problem with goblins in Germany?
Yes, after the latest episode of Doctor Who. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So the first one is Amazon Q, which is the generative AI. So similar like ChatGPT, but for enterprises.
Right. So it's generative Q. AI, and what's the Q?
That's the name that Amazon Corporation given to its chatbot. It is similar to ChatGPT, but for enterprises. You can find more information, for example, at aws.amazon.com/Q. So just very good solution for enterprises, similar to ChatGPT, which is for everybody.
And they just called it Q.
Nobody knows why. Yes.
Right. Maybe it's the Bond thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a cool-looking letter, so it's called Q.
Okay.
Amazon Q.
It's a cool-looking letter. Right. Okay, well, you know what? We could probably ask ChatGPT why they've called it Q. I bet it knows.
Yes, or Grok. I could ask Grok also, because he has fresher information.
Right. Okay. What else?
The second one is more fascinating because, I remember I was talking about this debacle with CEO of OpenAI fired and rehired. Mm-hmm. And during this debacle, one information has leaked. It has leaked that OpenAI, the company that is making ChatGPT, is working on Q star. And it is spelled Q asterisk, but it is pronounced Q star.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay, I got that, yeah. Mm-hmm. And what's that?
This is and there is no certainty what is it, some people say it is just Q-learning, model-free reinforcement learning algorithm, but other people claim that this is this artificial general intelligence that is reaching human level.
God, they really should tell it. Don't keep secrets like this from us because we're freaked out enough as it is. They should tell us.
No, they will not tell you. It will happen just secretly.
Okay, then.
I'm sorry. This is because they are afraid that competition will steal trade secrets.
Yeah, and they're also afraid of we all might die if they continue to go down this path, but they're doing it anyway.
Yes, because there's competition, open market. What can you do?
What can you do?
But this is very important because this Q star, spelled Q asterisk, nobody knows what is it, and there are some speculations about it. But the CEO of OpenAI admitted that it exists, and he said this is unfortunate leak.
Well, that's not really making me feel more comfortable, but okay, go on.
Exactly. So it exists, he confirmed, but he didn't reveal what is it.
We know what it is, but we don't know. Well, we know it exists, but we don't know what it is.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. It could be big in future. We don't know.
Okay.
And I have four. So two another. Number three, the quarantine measures have been lifted in 2023 in many countries. So Q like quarantine.
Yeah, and now everybody's getting sick with the COVID again.
Because we have new variants, yes.
Yeah. And everybody is...
not everybody. I am not. I had never COVID yet.
No, well, not so far. Well, I had something that was weird that didn't feel like anything else I'd had before, so that was probably the thing. But
you should have tested.
Yeah, right, okay.
Many people neglect testing and then they don't know that they have it.
Yes, quite right.
But I didn't have it because I feel good all the time, so I cannot help.
Okay, well, that must be marvellous, Edward, feeling good all the time.
Genetics, good genetics.
Genetics,
okay,
right.
So, and finally, you maybe had several calls about quantum computing, but this is specific about quantum computing breaking the RSA 2048 algorithm for protocol for encryption. So there is a guy, American, called Ed Gerk, and he has broken this RSA 2048 via quantum computing. And why is this important? It is important because many communication networks, including your browser, are using this protocol or similar protocols, and it means that now with quantum computing it is possible to how to say it in English, overhear what others are talking about, and so on.
Wow, I'm literally mystified. I have absolutely no idea what it is you just said, but I wrote... No, please don't explain it to me. I wrote some of it down, and I'll look it up later. How does that sound?
Sounds good, but I can shortly explain to you that there are encryption systems in the world that are protecting your information, and they are designed for the pre-quantum computing, because quantum computing can break, and there is now movement to replace this encryption mechanism with new ones that quantum computing cannot break. And the old ones are already. This is the first one that has been broken already. RSA 2048.
Right. I'm still none the wiser, but I'll investigate further at my leisure. Thanks very much,
Edward. There's a breakthrough in quantum computing for this year.
Right. Good work. Thanks, Edward.
This is LBC with Nick Abbott.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I'm super. Thanks for asking. 0345 6060 973. It's the A to Z of 2023 with me, Nick Abbott, on LBC. We're up to and including the letter Q. Fife. Andy.
Hello there, Nick. Just before I tell you my letters, we were talking about tins of sweets earlier on, and I remember at one time they did not used to have the cards in them, Nick. I don't think they have the cards now. My friend used to read the cards meticulously before he would pick a chocolate, which I couldn't believe.
Oh,
I don't think they have them now. Do
you
they?
Mean you mean the instructions as to which one is which flavour? Is that what you mean?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, why don't you just dig in and just pick whatever you want, eh?
You just close your eyes and dive right in. Exactly right. You
exactly, that's it, Nick. Anyway, I've got one pay restraints because obviously that's linked to the jobs. Bank of England are already saying that, with the inflation, with interest rates, I'm not sure whether they should be bringing them down yet because whether pay restraint...
Pay restraint, that's right. Pay restraint is only for people who don't earn very much. Of course, people who earn millions and millions of pounds, if they get a pay rise, apparently that doesn't affect inflation.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So it's one rule for the rich and one rule for the poor.
Correct, Amundo.
Absolutely. Also, the Paris riots. I'm sure that was the beginning of this year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was the Paris riots.
Paris?
Paris. Sorry.
Paris. The Parisian... Yeah, but they're having riots in Paris, and King Charles and his retinue delayed their trip over there because, Paris was busy chucking paving stones at each other.
That's great, yeah. And I know last night, I don't know what happened, I got cut off. I was speaking to you about the gerrymandering and the Electoral Commission, and I think you... that's with the obviously Electoral Commission. The boundaries have been changed. I know they have in Scotland. And I was going to ask you, Nick, was that I think it was probably for the whole of the UK, was it? It was all the sort of electoral boundaries have been changed for the general election, and obviously that could be in favour, like gerrymandering by the Tories to actually make sure it's better for them. Although it won't be, because they'll get defeated at the next election.
One way or the other, it's going to happen. Yeah, they can do anything they like from now until then, but it's not looking good for them.
So that's the Electoral Commission one, and obviously the gerrymandering, but you probably got them next. So
all right, good work. Thanks, Andy. 0345 6060 973. Martin says Q is for qualifications. In September of this year, Sunak announced the proposed merger of T-levels and A-levels to create a new advanced British standard. Clearly one of his top priorities.
It's the country's number one priority. It's my number one priority up and down the country, and that will be our focus.
He's gripping it. Night and day. Archway. James.
Hello, Nick?
Yes, James.
I have only one for you. The man is called Jack Higgins.
Yes.
And he's the author, and he died this year, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he did die this year. And I tell you what amazed me. You know what age he was?
Do I know
91.
what age he was? 91.
Yeah.
91 years old.
Oh.
Right.
Anyway, you know what and one of his books was adapted to a film. You know what the film was?
Yes, it was that thing with the bloke out of what's it in it?
Well, I'll tell you the name of the film.
Yes.
It was called The Eagle Has Landed.
The Eagle Has Landed. Yeah.
That's right.
Something like that. Yeah.
And there was one great actor in it. There's only 3 in the world. He died, of course. Rod Steiger.
There's only 3 good actors in the world. Is that what you just said?
Yes, I tell you, yes.
So Rod Steiger, Robert De Niro, and Al Pacino. No.
No. To me, Rod Steiger, Peter O'Toole, and Jack Higgins.
Jack Higgins?
No, not Jack Higgins. But,
not Jack Higgins.
You know what I mean.
No, I don't. I have no idea what you mean. What do you mean?
Jack Nicholson.
Oh, Jack Nicholson.
You cannot beat him.
Yeah. Here's Johnny. That guy. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, James. I'll look that one up. Cheers, mate. 0345 6060 973. There has to be more than 3 good actors in the world. Must be. Birmingham. Oliver.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, Oliver.
How's it going, fella?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, not too bad. I just think... Okay.
Whatever phone that he was using, it just hung up on him. That's AI taking over and making its own decisions as to who gets on and who does not. Madrid. Martin.
Hello again, Nick. I've got 4 M's, but Edward's just made me
Hang on a minute. This is amazing. This is a perfect example of what I've been talking about. He's calling from Madrid, and he's coming through clear as a bell, whereas the previous guy was calling from what is essentially just down the road. I could barely hear a word he said, and the phone cut out on him. Everything in this country is broken. Have you noticed?
Absolutely.
Right. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Edward made me think of Project Q, which was Sony PlayStation 5 they've released in November for game streaming. It was. Does that come as a P or a Q?
I don't really know what you're on about. Sony PlayStation 5 Project Q. What's Project Q? Is it a game?
It's a way of streaming games that they've come up with.
Oh, right.
Okay, I'll go to the M's. Mugshot. Trump's lovely photo at the Atlanta jail.
Yeah, it looked like he'd taken his makeup artist and hairstylist with him.
Oh, shut up!
Didn't it? I mean, it looked a little bit too, I don't know, professional.
Well, on the hair subject, Javier Milei, the new president of Argentina.
No, another guy with crazy hair.
You don't need to put all of that product in your hair. You just don't.
You just don't. Take it from an expert.
Mount Etna erupted, big time, lava fountains spurting all over the place.
Did it? I mean, it's always erupting.
This was big ones.
Right.
Big spurting lava. And
big lava spurts. Yes.
I was waiting for that. And then Maersk shipping. 46 containers on the Danish beaches. Sorry, they're in the sea and they're washing up on the beaches at the moment. That due to Storm Pia.
Is that right?
On the 22nd of December.
Right.
So fairly recent. So Maersk shipping, 46 containers. They've found 4 of them.
Have they? What was in them?
Yeah. I don't know.
No.
There's another 42 out there somewhere in the North Sea.
It's like Deal or No Deal, isn't it? I'll have that one. Thanks a lot, Martin. 0345 6060 973. Text 84850. Email nick@lbc.co.uk. If you're on Twitter, it is @LBC. Wow, we've got absolutely loads of cues. I'm stunned. The next one should be a piece of cake. R. What R pertains to 2023? It's the A to Z of 2023 with me, Nick Abbott, on LBC.
On your radio, on Global Player, and
Play LBC.
leading Britain's conversation. This is LBC. This is LBC from Global, leading Britain's conversation with Nick Abbott.
Hello, boys.
Oh, hello there. Very nice to meet you.
I knew it was coming and it still made me laugh. Oh, hello there. 0345 6060 973. It is the A to Z of 2023. We are charging through it, and I can see the end from where I'm sitting right now. East Yorkshire. We're at R, by the way. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Nick, yeah. Well, as for you on this one, none of them particularly good, unfortunately, but we had the RARC concrete.
Oh, yeah. Only affecting some schools. Most schools are unaffected, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good, that one. And then we discovered that rohypnol is the drug of choice for cabinet ministers to control their wives, but only in small quantities.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because what's wrong with that? Yeah.
And then the Rosebank oil field, Sunak rowing back on our net zero credentials yet again. That came into play. And then the last and probably the worst one was rickets was identified in children for the first time in 50 years in Britain.
Good grief. Yeah, all these Victorian diseases are making a comeback because kids are starving, for crying out loud, in the 6th richest country in the world.
Well, you need calcium to avoid rickets, and there isn't much calcium in fried chicken and chips and pizza, is there?
I guess not. As yummy as they are, not that good for you, no. Everything in moderation, Mike. Everything in moderation. 0345 6060 973. Let's have Manchester. Ryan.
Hello, Nick.
Ryan.
Hello. I don't have an R. Actually, I do have an R for you. Raw sewage.
Oh, well, that's actually a very good one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe R, maybe S, but yeah, raw sewage.
Raw sewage, yes.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Here and there, and, yeah, in a if it's not at the moment, it will be in a location near you soon.
Exactly, yeah. The one I actually rang up about was, have you read the Autumn-Winter 2023 Q Explore magazine?
No, funnily enough, I haven't. What's that?
Oh, you should. It should come with your Q membership. It comes with mine.
What is it again?
But it's a magazine about what's happening at Q in the current season.
Oh, right. Sorry, having just done it, I was thinking the letter Q. No, you're talking about KEW. Right, with you now, yes.
Yeah. I've never read it before, but it's quite interesting. And one of the things in here is Hainanga subterranea.
What's that?
Hainanga subterranea is a plant that exclusively fruits and flowers underground. It is a pine that exclusively fruits and flowers underground, and it's very rare for this to happen.
Underground?
They came across it in Borneo, and the locals knew about it, but scientists have never sort of catalogued it before.
How's a bee going to get to a flower underground?
That was a good question, and there's something about that in here. They were talking about how they're pollinated. Unfortunately, this is only a live radio show, and I've lost the place.
Right. Okay. Well, then you get an F. You fail this test.
I'm sorry, Nick.
But better luck. Go on, then.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks very much, Ryan. Cheers, mate. 0345 6060 973. It flowers and fruits underground. Well, what's the point of that, then? Stupid plant. Bedford. Hello, Linda.
Hi, Nick. I've got a couple of P's.
Yes.
An M, an F, and a B, if that's okay. So I don't know what order you'd like them in.
Any order you like.
Well, I'm going to go alphabetical because for me the most important one is Bedford. And you might have heard Bedford is at last on the map because Universal Studios have bought a piece of land and are planning a theme park very close by.
Are they? In Bedford?
They are indeed. In Bedford, I know. Because apparently half the UK population, I think it's half the population, can get to Bedford in 2 hours. Which
Right.
I didn't know that, but apparently that is our claim to fame.
But, if they open a theme park in Bedford, then, they can get to Bedford in 2 hours now because, and I don't mean to be offensive when I say this, Linda, there's nothing in Bedford. But if they put a theme park there, it'll take forever to get there.
Well, of course, that is something they're going to have to consider.
Yes.
Mind you, by the time it gets there, things could be very different. So, anyway, so it's quite exciting. And in fact, it was my cousin in Orlando who sent me a message because they'd obviously heard all about it over there as well and thought it was quite hilarious. But anyway, my F is Lawrence Fox, who got sacked from GBB.
Right.
I don't think you've had that one. My M is Alec Murdoch, and I don't know if you had the story of Alec Murdoch. It was quite a big news story in the States, and he was the lawyer who was convicted of killing his wife and son, having actually embezzled millions and millions from his clients over the years, and whose family had basically run that part of that for 100 years.
And he's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer,
Blimey. Right.
Actually, in the courthouse, his grandfather's photograph or painting was on the wall, and they had it taken down.
Well, that seems unreasonable. Yeah. I mean, what's it got to do with his granddad?
Well, I think the feeling was that he obviously thought he was untouchable.
Right.
And it all started to unravel. It's a very interesting story, but I'm going to it now. Then something that's quite exciting, I'm from a family that we've got sufferers from Parkinson's, and they've got this spinal implant now.
Yes.
Which is very promising, and, somebody's been able to walk 6 kilometres.
That's
with
right.
It. So I think that is, for a lot of people, that will give a little bit of hope because it is a pretty devastating disease.
Yes, there's. You do think that with the developments in medical technology that it would be great if they could just get a lick on and speed it up a bit. But there's some amazing things coming at us. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And again, that's probably one of the things that AI is going to be very helpful with.
Yes,
that's
right.
one of the good sides of it, I think. And then my final one, I'm afraid, is another murderer.
Okay.
You can see I'm a Agatha Christie fan. And that's Oscar Pistorius. And I don't know about you, but I think everybody was kind of quite gripped by his trial.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was nearly 11 years ago, but they've announced that he's going to be out on parole in January. So, yes, that was, again, one of those stories from way back when that everybody kind of was gripped by.
Yeah, it's amazing that it really was 11 years ago.
It was. I think they said it was 11 years ago.
That doesn't seem possible, does it? What have we done in the last 11 years, Linda? Absolutely nothing. Achieved zero.
Figure out.
All right, thanks a lot, Linda. Cheers, my dear. 0345 6060 973. Let's see, who's been waiting the longest? Storrington. Martin.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going back one to Q.
Yes.
To the lonely Q. Okay, so I just want to put an S on it with the spelling of the rest of the word. So Qs, as in plural, referring to the sunlit uplands and Brexit benefits. EU travelling, the queues are omnipresent. Ferries, airports, at busy times, it's just horrible and a nightmare. And so I think they should be in your book every year that the queues are existing.
Yes, if only somebody had warned us about this before we voted for Brexit. But sadly, there were nobody said anything at all.
I know, it was all supposed to be smooth and easier, wasn't it? I mean, that's the thing, yeah.
Smooth and easier and cheaper as well.
You could have cheaper food, clothing and footwear straight away.
Straight away?
Straight away, yeah, exactly. And as I said last night, that's what it's all about.
Yes.
Once you hear the code words, you're in and amongst them, yeah.
Q's at Dover, that's a very good one, yes.
Yeah, and a word I discovered this year, I don't know, that's a sort of very tenuous thing because it's just me that's discovered it, but it does lurk hidden within dictionaries, and it is an established word, but I think it's an absolutely lovely word, and it does kind of represent the government to some degree. But anyway, the word is quackquaversal, so that's Q-U-A versal.
Q-U-A versal. What does that mean?
Versal. It actually means from a centre point spreading out in all directions. So if you think of it as sort of rather redolent of the chaos that's emanating from the centre of this government, I think it has a lovely ring to it.
Well, it does have a lovely ring to it because when you say it, you actually say quack. So I like it just for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Martin, thanks for that. 0345 6060 973. Chelmsford, Daniel.
Oh, hello there.
Hello there.
Well, sorry, it's on hold for a while. A question of sport. There's been that.
Right. Well, that's been going for absolutely ever. I can remember that from the 1970s, can't I?
That's right. 50 years that's been going, so that one's gone now.
Yeah.
Sue Barker. Then they ruined it, didn't they? They put
I don't know. Was it ever that interesting?
Eddie McGuinness.
I don't think so. I mean, I had all of that time to watch it, and it never occurred to me to turn it on.
No, it's rubbish. I didn't. All these sports stars got better things to do these days, haven't they? Yeah. All the money that they're getting.
Counting money, yes.
What about this one? Cashless society. You hear that word a lot, don't you?
I forget to take money out of the house. I can't remember the last time I took cash out with me.
Me too. I don't think I've had any notes on me for a while, actually.
Yeah, and we'll miss it when it's gone, true. Daniel. We will.
Very true, yeah. I mean, things are just going, aren't they? You know, the money, everything, just tap it and off you go, isn't it, really?
You know, when we get one of them ejections of coronal mass, or whatever they call it, out of the sun, and electricity goes down and the internet goes down and you won't be able to use your credit card, and the cash machine in the, the hole in the wall, that won't be able to produce any money for you. And then what will you do?
This is very true.
Exactly.
And lastly, this man, he got married on his birthday, actually. He was 93. And she does look a bit like Melania Trump. Are you going to play I Don't Care?
Which man?
Buzz Aldrin. He was on the moon. 93 got married on his 93rd birthday to Dr. Anka Fur, 63, and she's very attractive, actually.
Well, good for him. Thanks a lot, mate. 0345 6060 973. Daniel says R is for RAC, which acronym fans stands for Reinforced Autoclaved Aerated Concrete. It just goes to show that concrete buildings aren't all they're cracked up to be. Oh, a listener with a material.
Oh, no.
I've been sideswiped. Did not see that coming.
Nick Abbot on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
Here are the studio calls flashing up on the indicator.
Yes, let's see now. Let's flash up Greenwich. Laurie.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Laurie.
So I've got two, an E and a D, and also an R, which I thought about, which I could run past you. But I'll go with the E first. So I've got the Essequibo region, which is the region that's in dispute between Venezuela and Guyana since last month. I don't know if you know about this.
Yeah, we send a ship.
Yeah, that's right. Because amazingly, the region actually covers 2/3 of the whole of Guyana.
Right.
But what I didn't realise, it's a bit more complicated than I initially thought. But it's still aggression by Mr. Maduro, but so either way. So, you know, that's something. And, of course, it's got all the oil, so that's why he's interested.
Well, see, that's why we sent a ship. Yeah.
That's why everyone's interested.
Exactly, yes.
And for the D, I've got Novak Djokovic. Now, this is amazing. He's the first player in tennis history to spend 400 weeks at number one. 400 and counting.
See, now, that really underlines my assertion, the truth of my assertion, that tennis is boring. See?
Well, actually, I saw him last month in Paris. He's not my favourite player, though, having said that. But it is an amazing record either way. I mean, Federer did 300 weeks, Sampras did about 290. So it's impressive, but he's not my favourite player.
Impressive, but dull. Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. So, and finally, I just want to run this one past you for R. Right-wing conservatives dictating the direction of the party and the country. Would that work?
I think something along those lines works, yes. There's been a swing to the right wing among Tories, and you'd have to say Republicans in the States as well, from where they get their cues. And money. Both of them have a similar source of cash. Yes, curiously. All right, good work. Thanks, Laurie.
Yeah.
0345 6060 973. You can text 84850. Email nicka@lbc.co.uk. If you're on Twitter, it's @LBC. Liam texts, the cue is for the Quebec wildfires in the summer. Worst number of wildfires there on record. Now, is Quebec just north of New York? I don't know my Canadian geography, but if it is, then that's the reason why the New York sky turned orange. It was most certainly not in celebration of the Donald.
Oh, shut up!
0345 6060 973. Weybridge, Julius.
Evening, Nick. Merry bit between Christmas and New Year.
And you.
Well, I feel delighted to talk to you because I'm out of the tower. You having sent me there last time we spoke for not being sufficiently deferential to the monarchy.
Oh, right.
And, I won't be the first. I won't be the first, and hopefully I'm not the last, to thank you for all your efforts, particularly on the A to Z. You bring a lot of people much merriment, and the homework is appreciated. So thank you.
Well, thank you. I do like to spread around the HAPPY-ness when I can.
Good. Well, now, I know it's tricky for you because you've got to do rotten concrete jokes, but hearing that you've got troublesome arse, I thought I'd phone up with a contribution.
Yes.
Which is rapid unscheduled disassembly.
Oh, that's right. Very good.
Or Elon Musk's excuse for when things blow up.
Yeah.
Even the one that already got down back to the re-landed on the pad.
See, now this is why this list is the definitive list of the year. This time of year, loads of publications make lists, but none is as complete as this. And if I had sat there looking at a blank piece of paper from now until the end of time, I would not have remembered that. But as soon as somebody says it, you think, yeah, of course, rapid, unscheduled disassembly.
you and I both, Nick, except for the fact that I put this in my diary to remind me at this time of year.
Oh, yeah.
So your behaviour is catching on.
You make preparations. Good man.
It's like homework. Thank you for all your time.
All right, thanks, Julius. 0345 6060 973. Nick says, E is for the emergency alert on your smartphone.
Warning.
Yeah, high-pitched bleeps. I can't remember what it sounded like. It was slightly annoying, and even though I knew it was coming, it was a bit alarming. Curiously enough, the alarm alarmed me. He said it was tested by the government on everyone on a Sunday afternoon in April when we were supposed to be relaxing. That's right. 0345 6060 973. Bath. Joni.
Hello. I've got an R. It's R for Amal Rajan, the new University Challenge question asker host.
Right. He's, I don't know, I miss Bamber Gascoigne.
Yeah, well, I never saw him, but I prefer him to Jeremy.
Yeah.
No offense, Jeremy, but I think I think Amal seems a lot nicer.
Yes, well, Jeremy, his whole act was being sharp and, brusque with people. It's a bit much when he's criticising people for not knowing the answer, when he's holding the answer in his hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but neither of them ain't no Bamber Gascoigne, that's for sure.
Well, maybe I'll re-watch the old episodes.
I bet you don't.
Yeah, I probably won't.
No, probably not. No. All right, good work. Thanks, Joni. 0345 6060 973. Archie says R is for Rwanda, a place no one wants to be sent, including dinghy sailors. Apparently it's even worse than Glasgow. Well. Listeners picking fights with each other now. Don't you start dissing Glasgow. Manchester. Hello, Lorraine.
Hi, Nick.
Right, Lorraine.
How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Excellent. Well, I have a number of letters for you.
All right.
I have an R, which I think is excellent, which is Riz.
Right. Now, I know about this. I am down with the kids. I'm hip. I'm with it.
Of course you are.
Riz is short for charisma.
It is.
Yes.
So can I give you the definition?
Sure.
Which I believe can be attributed to both me and you. So, wait for it.
Go
the
on.
definition is, it's a truncated version of charisma, meaning style, charm, or attractiveness.
Yes.
The ability to attract a romantic or sexual partner.
Yeah.
So, me and you both, right?
Not really. No, not really.
No.
I think it
No,
took
no,
off. It's actually Oxford University Press's Word of the Year.
It is.
Riz.
It is.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
And apparently it took off when that bloke who plays Spider-Man said it in an interview. And then suddenly everybody was, like non-kids who were, uncool adults, thought, what's he talking about?
Like us.
Exactly. And,
I've no idea. I've no idea.
And then it went beyond the realm of the teens. Riz.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not into it, but hey,
No.
it's there.
I have to say, I'd have to say.
some more.
Oh, okay. Hang on a minute. I'd have to say.
no, go on. No, I'm sorry. Go on.
I'd have to say that by the time that people of our age understand what that means, the kids aren't using it anymore. They've moved on.
Yeah.
Right. What else?
So they should. So I have boring darts. Do you know about darts?
Well, I know what darts are.
Is it up there with tennis and cricket?
No, even worse. Much worse. It's not a sport.
Oh, even worse. Yeah,
It's
no,
not
I
a
can
sport.
believe that.
It's a pastime. It's a pastime
Yeah.
to occupy
It
you
is.
while you're drinking.
Or do you drink pints? Yeah. So there is a young gentleman called Luke Littler. So this is an L, a double L. He is 16 years old, and he is the youngest person to reach the 4th round of the World Darts Championships. His next game is tomorrow, I think. So by New Year's Eve, by the end of this show, he may be the champion. I don't know. But however, at this moment, he is the youngest person to reach the 4th round. So that's quite good. I mean, he's 16.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I can't express in words how uninterested I am in that whole darts issue. But go on.
Yeah, me either. I have a couple of other fairly insipid ones. So the 5 families. Did you have F4 5 families?
The 5 families of the...
Which I can list for you.
No,
Would
that's
you like
okay.
me to list them?
No.
You sure?
Yes, I am. I'm completely certain about that, yes. 5 families of the Tory party. Right, what else?
See, I really like this one, but I know you don't like British comedy, do you?
Well, it depends. I like Fawlty Towers.
Oh, okay, so you might like Blackadder?
I've never seen it.
Oh, shame on you.
I know, people always freak out when I say that I've never seen Blackadder. They're like, you haven't seen Blackadder? No, I haven't, no. Well, what about it?
That's my reaction exactly. It is Blackadder, the 40th anniversary this year.
Oh, no. If it's not, no. No anniversaries unless it's 100.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What else?
Okay.
Is that it?
No, in conclusion, Jacinda Ardern stepped down as the Prime Minister of New Zealand in, I think it was January of this year.
Stepped down as the Prime Minister of New Zealand.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay, good work. Thanks, Lorraine. 0345 6060 973. Heston, Isaac.
Hello, Nick. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good, yeah. Just in the middle of writing my debut blockbuster novel, which will be out in the new year.
Well, I tell you what, Heston. Not Heston, Isaac. I tell you what, Isaac. You write the novel, you get it published, and then get a film made of that novel, and we'll split the proceeds 50-50. How does that sound?
Oh, very good.
That's my final offer.
A deal. Yeah, right. I have I have 2 Qs and an F.
Okay.
Right? Shall I do the F first? Yeah,
why not?
Because I said to your assistant, your
time's running out, Isaac. You better tell us what it is.
Okay, right. Okay, quickly. The F is financial literacy. Okay. Rather than get kids to study maths till the age of 18, why not, from a young age to the age of 18?
No, I agree. Yes, I agree with you, but that has nothing to do with this year. What else have you got?
Okay, right. I've got Qatar, right, and it's a football one. Qatar and the Qatari Premier League, right? They signed an English footballer this year. A top English footballer called Jordan Henderson from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Okay.
People are very upset about that.
That's right. And good luck to Jordan Henderson, you know.
Well, I guess so.
And the other one, the final one, quickly, is quids in, right? Our politicians and the people who invest in our public
if you're about to say that they're quids in, then that is also nothing really to do with this year. No, it has to be specific to this year, Isaac. You've almost got it, but not quite. Thanks for that. Got to go.
Nick Abbott on LBC. Call 0345 6060 973.
Are you trying to be funny? Because I'm all out of laughs.
No, there is no time for amusement. We must press on. 0345 6060 973. York. Hello, Jan.
Hello, Nick. I've got 5 R's.
Yes.
Robot dogs joined the New York Police Department.
Did they?
Yeah. Haven't you seen them?
No.
Oh, you should have a look. They're very funny looking.
Funny. That's what you want from a police department, amusement.
Well, they're not that kind of funny, more like peculiar.
Right. There's this this company that makes robots, the name of which escapes me at the moment, but they put videos out every now and again to show off their latest developments, and they are absolutely terrifying. What
Really?
what they've made robots do now, it's just it's absolutely petrifying what they can do now, Jan.
I think we're in big trouble, don't you?
Big trouble, huge.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. And a rat czar was appointed by New York.
What?
A rat czar.
A rap czar.
Rat. R-A-T.
Oh, rat. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Rat. I thought you meant rap, as in,
No.
you know, the down with the kids.
No.
That kind of thing. Rat. A rat
czar.
czar.
Yep.
Yeah, well, they got rats the size of cats there.
Well, they're all over the place.
You're
What
never
is it? You never...
more than 6 foot away from a rat. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. This is an anniversary, but it is 100, so you might say yes. But Radio Times, they're 100 years old.
No way, really? Well, okay, that's going on the list. Radio Times is 100 years old. I can't believe that they're still publishing it.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be that they only published the programmes from the BBC, and that if you wanted to see what was on ITV, you had to buy another separate magazine.
That's right, yes. But now the Radio Times have it all in, including streaming.
I would imagine they do, yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Remembrance Day poppies, they were plastic-free.
Huh. I do have single, I guess it's under S, isn't it? And you can't go forwards. But I was going to say single-use plastic is on the way out. But Remembrance Day poppies were plastic-free. Okay.
Yep. And one death, Robbie Robertson from the band.
Right.
Guitarist Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
He died.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, good work.
And that's it.
That's excellent. Thanks, Jan. 0345 6060 973. I should remind you that there's a podcast of this show and all of the A to Zs so far. There was a little difficulty at the beginning, and I know that, and I apologise for that, but they're all there now. If you want to listen to these shows back, then the way to do it is to listen to the stream is called Nick Abbot, The Whole Show Podcast. If you have one of them stupid smart speakers and you want to listen to it on that, then the magic phrase is play Nick Abbot, The Whole Show Podcast. Because on the podcast version of this show, we take the news and the ads out, which means it takes less time to listen to. And with all that extra time that you've saved, you'll be able to, I don't know, look out the window or fiddle with yourself.
Disgusting.
No end of things that you could do with the time that you'll save if you listen to it on that. So the podcast is available. It's called the Nick Abbot Whole Show Podcast. All of the A to Z shows are up there, and my usual Friday and Saturday night shows there too. Devon, Ian.
Hi, Nick.
Ian.
I've got an ask for you. I know you like music. Ren, he's an independent artist. New, had a #1 album back in the autumn. He's sort of invented a new genre. You've got to watch it on YouTube. He's all over YouTube. He does one-take performances.
Really?
Have you heard of Ren?
Ren? No, I haven't. What does Ren do?
His signature is like one-take videos, so you've got to watch it and listen at the same time. You know, it's all over YouTube. High Tune would be his signature song, I suppose.
Is he a solo artist?
Yeah. Yes, he is, yeah.
Right, just him.
Yeah.
Is he one of these guys that does like loops? Like he'll do like a loop and then he'll be essentially playing... And I'm sorry to say this, but he'll be playing with himself.
I've seen him do that when he's been busking. But
right.
He does actually short videos as well of his songs, performances.
Okay, well, I'll look him up.
He's great. Yeah, you'll love him.
Well,
that's it.
Let's not get carried away. I'll reserve judgment till later.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Ian. 0345 6060 973. Let's have New Malden. Ahmed.
Oh, hello, Nick. I hope you recovered from the festivities.
I ain't had no festivities.
Okay, well, not even Christmas dinner?
Oh, well, yeah, I had Christmas dinner, but it was before Christmas because I've been working since Christmas Eve. So, you know, the day came and went. It was just another working day for me. But I had all that beforehand, yeah.
Of course. Sorry, I can only do letter D.
Go on.
D for dishonourable or dishonour. We know honours list is a joke now, and now it's now touched the really.
It's gone beyond a joke now.
It's beyond a joke.
I mean, come on.
Liz Truss.
Yeah, I know.
Was only a prime minister for 7 days or whatever time the letters last.
Mm-hmm.
For God's sake.
Yes, I know. Don't get emotional, Ahmed. You'll live longer. Deep breaths. Yeah. Does she deserve it? No, I don't think she does.
Absolutely.
No, neither does anybody that she's going to give an award to, and she'll be a part of our lives forever. Painful. Thanks, Ahmed. Tooting. Hello, Jan.
Oh, hi, Nick. Hi again. So I've got a couple. Well, I've got one for you, I think. It's rewilding.
Rewilding. That's right.
Britain.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big thing. To help bring. Actually,
nature.
Britain is Britain is one of nature's world's most nature depleted countries.
Is it?
Ranked 189 out of 218 countries.
Really?
And they say there's something more than 40% of the UK species are in decline.
Right.
And 15% threatened by extinction.
Yes.
So I remember someone earlier was talking about the turtle dove and the peregrine falcon.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot of so many. It's extraordinary. And so that's what they want to restore.
Well, what we haven't concreted over, we've made into monocultures of farming or grassland, and you don't get a wide variety of fauna living in that.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's the farming, and it's the type of farming, and
rewilding Britain. I've got it down, Jan. Good work. Thanks for that. 0345 6060 973. Karen says K is for Karen. A Karen-themed eateries opening up around the UK. I'm a nice Karen, not a horrible Karen, says Karen. But then Karen would say that, wouldn't she? A Karen-themed eatery? What's that? What, where people go in and complain? Well, I don't like this and I don't like that. Moan.
Stop whining.
I'll have to look that one up. New to me. Where in Hertfordshire? Hello, Kevin.
Oh, hi. I think the Karen thing is they basically have a go at you.
Right. There used to be a Chinese restaurant that in Soho that people used to go to, after a good night out. Booze. And their speciality was insulting you.
Oh yeah, it's like that. It could quite come over from America.
Right.
Right. So I've got a B and two R's.
Go on then.
So the B is bed bugs.
Oh yeah.
After the bed bug plague we had, or we didn't have, that France had.
Well, we had a plague of stories about it, and then nothing happened.
No, it was all French, wasn't it? So the R's is one is the Royal Mint, as they are issuing new coinage.
Oh, with Chaz's face on it, right? That's just new.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one was Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Wrexham part owner. Got them promoted this year.
Everybody's talking about Wrexham Football Club.
That's right. Got them up, and big thing on TV on Netflix about it. And, done very well with it.
Yeah, bizarre. I mean, you have to think why.
It's random, isn't it?
Like, it really is. Yeah.
But of all the clubs, of all the Hollywood Star and Wrexham.
But
not the most fashionable of clubs.
Well, no, not really, no. But it's done really well for them, yeah. So good for them. Thanks, Kevin. 0345 6060 973. Jeff says Q is for earthquakes. But it's not. It really isn't. Quakes, I suppose. Q is for quakes. Lots of quakes this year all over the planet. There's been even some in the British Isles. Really? The earthquakes might be stopped if the UK establishment charged more money for vehicles to drive on the UK roads. Yeah, I don't think so. Unless I'm missing something there. No, probably not. Southampton. Hello, Simon.
Hi, Nick.
Simon.
Yeah, I also would like to vouch for Wren.
Oh, yes.
He is an absolute genius.
Really?
Yeah.
Just one name, though.
And yeah, just Wren, R-E-N. And if you do look him up, there's loads of his stuff on YouTube. If you don't like the first song, try out some others because his styles are completely different.
Right. If at first you don't succeed, keep doing the same thing over and over again.
He is a genius.
Right.
Unlike the Weatherspoons guy who got a knighthood. Yes. What is that all about?
I have no idea. I mean, the whole funny titles and silly badges, it's just gone beyond a joke now.
Yeah. Right, I've got a... What have I got for you? I've got well, it could be a G or an A. General Armageddon.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what we have to look forward to?
The Russian guy, the Russian super soldier who was supposed to be the answer, and he ended up fizzling out like all the others and probably ended up getting thrown out of a window somewhere, I expect.
Are you telling me that there was somebody called General Armageddon?
Yeah. It was Sirovikin is his name, but his nickname, his handle was General Armageddon.
Right.
Bloke, he looked like a thumb. Bald head, got a bit of a lazy eye. Real looker, real catch. You know. Supposed to have been the be all and end all, that bloke, but he was. They found out that he was in cahoots with that Prigozhin.
Right, General Armageddon. Okay.
Yeah. Right. I got a D. Disposable vapes.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe that kids are stupid enough to smoke those things. I mean, I know they're not smoking, but to inhale those things. I worked
in a vape shop for a few months this year.
And?
I do vape myself anyway.
Now, do you vape because you used to smoke?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so the kids don't do that. They went straight to vaping, which is the stupidest thing. I mean, you just want to take them and slap them about the face a lot, but you're not allowed to do that because of the European Union.
The only thing I don't like about them is the plastics, and they're not very environmentally friendly.
No, well, I don't like them because they're just stupid. It's a stupid drug. It doesn't actually improve your mood anything like all of the other drugs, like coffee even, or alcohol, or any of the other ones that you are familiar with. It just relieves the pain of not taking it. It's absolutely ridiculous that the kids are doing that now, and you just want to shake them. Think, what the hell are you doing? I get that people would want to wean themselves off cigarettes. I understand that completely. But to just go straight to vaping, what for? God, the kids today, eh? What a disappointment. Simon, gotta go. Thanks for that. 0345 6060 973. It's the A to Z of 2023 with the letter R.
This is LBC with Nick Abbott. Call 0345 6060 973. Tweet at LBC. Text 84850.
Come on, we're running late.
We are running late. 0345 6060 973. It's Luton. Hello, Adam.
Hey, how's it going? You okay?
Good, thanks.
Good. So I've got a few for you. M for MSG Sphere. That was meant to go to Stratford, but didn't get allowed because of the light pollution. I think Sadiq Khan said it would give to the local area.
Well, people were going to be living right next to it, and their living room windows were going to be staring right at it, and that would have been an alarming prospect for them. So I can understand that, but it would be nice. I mean, if it existed here, I'd go.
Yeah, it does look wicked, doesn't it? And also the Abbot thing is quite successful, and that's not too far from it. So I mean,
right. But there's no light pollution with the Abbot thing. I mean,
no.
Yeah. So no, I understand that they would be upset, but there's got to be somewhere they can put that, surely.
For sure. And then the other M is for multicultural London accent, because like we're killing off. I say we, us. Children of immigrants are killing off the Cockneys, and
really,
I know David Starkey doesn't like our foreign lilt. He's always talking about how Jamaican patois is polluting the English language,
right,
as if Scouse doesn't exist. But They don't like... how apparently, because of like maybe TV shows like Top Boy and rap music and the internet, we've all homogenized, and people that can be living in Isle of Skye are talking like they're from East London and the Caribbean.
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't visited that many places.
Well, it seems to me
far
that the
up,
kids
but-
have been talking like they have.
Annie G.
Yeah, exactly. They've been doing that for ages. It's just what they think is cool. It's another way
a little bit
to be
but then
disappointed with the
also-
kids.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I do think people, like when you watch EastEnders, they are cosplaying.
I've never watched
people's
EastEnders,
actual-
Adam, so I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, and that gets you banned from this show. Talking about EastEnders, it actually doesn't, but I've got to move on. Thanks, Adam. 0345 6060 973. Rose texts, my mum, who'd been a children's nurse in the 1940s in a very poor area, told us how she used to see rickets and that, thank God, it had long been eradicated. It's back. This country, it's... the general election cannot happen quickly enough. We'll be lucky to arrive at that point alive. Madrid, Martin.
Hello again. By the way, the Radio Times is £4.50. There you go.
Blimey.
Special price. I fell off my seat when I heard that. I've got two P's for you.
Yes.
The Proclaimers. In April, they were removed from the official coronation playlist after their anti-royal views.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They were going to be on the coronation playlist?
Yes.
Doing what?
Singing. The Proclaimers. 500 miles, 500 more.
Yeah.
And the other one is the Petrel, Petrel, which is a US Navy research vessel that got dislodged from its dock in Scotland. 3,000-ton vessel, ended up at 45 degrees.
Blimey, that's not good.
No, it's not going very far.
Right. OK, thanks for that. 0345 6060 973. Lucy says O is for Charlotte Owens, who became the youngest peer during 2023 at the age of 30, having been nominated for the role by one Mr. Blobby.
The great big greedy nincompoop.
Precisely. Why? Nobody knows. She has risen without trace. Australia, Rhonda.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I've got an L.
Yes.
L, yeah. And that is the winner of the Sydney to Hobart yacht race, Law Connect.
The Sydney to Hobart yacht race?
Yes.
Right, how far is that?
Every year.
How far is that?
Long way. Oh, well, it's hundreds of miles.
Right.
I just know the ferry. I've been on the ferry across there. It's an overnight trip, so it's a long way.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, that's a yearly thing. Everyone knows about that, don't they?
No.
Well, yeah, well, they should. Okay, and it was called Law Connect, LAW Connect.
Yes.
And that was the one. And that's all I have.
OK, well, it sounds like it's all you have. Thanks a lot, Rhonda. 0345 6060 973. That's definitely not going on the list. Feltham, Monsoon. Is that your name?
That is, indeed.
OK. What have you got for us?
Okay, I should firstly say it's a great privilege to speak to you. I'm a massive fan of yours.
Well, thanks.
I've got you an R, and that's Andy Rourke from the Smiths died this year.
Right. From the Smiths.
Yeah.
OK.
He passed away late this summer.
Right. OK, Monsoon, thanks for that. Cheer up, mate. It might never Oh, no, that's right. It already has. 0345 6060 973. Sutton, Solomon.
How you doing, Nick?
Good, thanks.
I've got a couple of R's. You can either put it under D for dragged out kicking and screaming, or resignations.
Now, who is it that you're thinking of?
Oh, well, Nadine Dorwich.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You said
Cruella Braverman.
Oh, right, OK. It sounded like you had more. Right. Cruella Braverman.
Yeah.
Didn't resign, really.
Well, she sent a resignation letter in, though, didn't she?
Well, OK. All right. Technically, I suppose, maybe. All right. Nadine Dorries resigned. Yeah. She said resigned with immediate effect.
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah.
And another R, register to vote, was in the news.
In what way? What do you mean?
Well, it's just made a lot of the news this year, didn't it?
Are you talking about the ID cards?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yes. You're not driving, are you, Solomon?
I am, yeah, but I'm on hands-free.
Uh-oh.
Warning.
No, not allowed. Thanks a lot, mate. 0345 6060 973. York, Claire.
Hello.
Claire.
I just want to start by thanking you for a brilliant year of shows. I only discovered you in the spring, and I've not missed a show since.
Well, thanks, Claire.
And you've really helped me through a really difficult year of bad health, so I just want to thank you.
Well, that's very nice of you. Thanks for that.
Well, I've got 3 M's, an F, and a P. My M's are the Met Police, the Casey report, found them to be institutionally racist and misogynistic, and Mark Rowley refused to acknowledge those words.
Okay.
And my next word is misogyny. This year we realised that we are not as progressed as a society as we thought, because a man in the highest office in the land for keeping us all safe thinks it's okay to talk about drugging women, and the man in the highest office in the land is so entrenched in misogyny he doesn't think it's such awful thing to do and doesn't think it's worth looking into or sanctioning.
He has his full confidence, yes.
He has his full confidence, which just gives furtherance to the normalisation of misogyny.
Right. OK, what else have we got?
I've got the Mercy family, because they have financially benefited from several new policies that Sunak has brought in.
OK, what else have you got?
And I've... And I've got Fox News were sued for $750 million.
Yes, they lost their case with Dominion. That's right. Amazing that they would have that amount of money just lying around that they could pay that.
I know.
And continue doing business.
I know. I really hoped that they would just collapse after that, but no such luck.
Disappear. Yeah, no such luck. Right.
And my P is, I know you've got priorities, but I want to put disappearing priorities, because they all suddenly disappeared from all Sunak's interviews.
Right. And no. Priorities, yes.
Right. Okay.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks, Claire. 0345 6060 973. Winchester. Hello, Simon.
Nick. I've got a P for you.
Yeah.
Ready for this?
Go on.
P. Hang on. Sorry, just let me turn that off. Let's just come on. There's my phone ringing. Right. PO 1135809.
PO 1135809.
Yeah.
Well, if I had to guess,
yeah,
I would say that it was. It looks like a police mugshot number.
Correct on Monday.
Correct. Right.
Fulton County Jail. That is Donald Trump's inmate number.
Yeah, and he got put in jail because he's an honest person.
I'm a person that wants to tell the truth. I'm an honest person.
He's a very, very honest person. Your husband's going to jail, Melania.
I don't care.
She's actually not that bothered. Thanks for all of that. Just a couple more to go, and then we're done. Blimey, it goes fast, don't it? So ST, piece of cake tomorrow, and U, quite difficult, I imagine. We'll see what we get as we recommence this tomorrow, or rather tonight at 10 o'clock, 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 tonight at 10